Hey, 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 what's up? Welcome back to another episode of High in the City. As usual, you have me, Mojan. Got Hannah over here. I got Lika over here, and we got two special guests with us. She's joining us for today. We have Fateemah. And we have somebody over here, a very special guest. Yeah. I need to introduce her properly, guys. This is Fatoumata Sanneh. She's the founder of Fateemah's Pad Drive, and she started this initiative in 2019, and she's been on the forefront of fighting against period poverty in the Gambia. So she's distributed sanitary pads to girls and women across the country, extended support to marginalized groups like women in prisons and mental health facilities, and led powerful awareness campaigns to break the silence and stigma around menstruation. From launching menstrual tracking diaries to advocating for better access and education, Fatoumata has shown what it means to create change with limited resources but unlimited passion. So we're honored to have her as our guest host as she shares her journey, challenges faced, and her vision for menstrual equity in the Gambia.
I'm blushing.
So today's episode, of course, as you can see, I don't have to feel like I don't gotta say too much. We're dressed comfy today. Yes. We got the snacks. We got the props. We got everything. We're talking about periods today and hygiene.
On period.
She has already started.
Period. You know.
I'm on my period right now.
You see now. You see.
Me too.
So.
Okay.
So y'all can go ahead.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh! Wow.
We're in it together.
In it together. Me, I just got off mine. So like, yeah. Sorry, guys.
Of course. Where were you?
I don't even know.
Oh wow.
But then if I'm around you guys too much, that starts up with the Bluetooth syncing shit, and the next thing you know, I will be.
And that's real.
Get away from me. Get away. Anyways, so we're gonna talk about periods, of course, and then we're gonna talk about why it's stigmatized, the hygiene basics like relating to periods, hygiene in general for us women, and the hygienes and when you should basically call the doctor when it comes to like your periods, essentially. So if you don't know now what it is, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm kidding. So a quick science recap for y'all. I'm going to be your science teacher for today with my assistants. So menstruation is a monthly shedding of the uterine lining when pregnancy doesn't occur. So part of the cycle is basically your body is preparing for potential pregnancy. And basically it whoops your behind, basically saying, you're not pregnant.
Yes.
And then she disappears. Basically, I feel like that's what periods are.
Yeah.
So to simplify the cycle, how the body prepares is basically the uterus builds a thick blood-rich lining, and then when you're ovulating, the egg releases, and if it's not fertilized, your hormones shift, and that's where the uterine lining breaks down, which equals to bleeding, and then that's where your period begins at the start of the cycle. So for some people, a lot of people actually, it's once a month, and the duration is 3 to 8 days, and the cycle length is 21 to 35 days. And of course, we have the symptoms, the cramps, the headaches, bloating, mood swings, and so forth and so forth. As for me, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. It's not once a month.
That should be like every 3 weeks.
Bro, every few weeks mine starts. And honestly, it's actually annoying. But for me, I wanted to ask y'all, like, I'll go first. Like the first time you guys had your period, I'll never forget when I had mine. I think I was 12.
Mine as well.
Yeah, I was 12. And then I think I was going to the bathroom. And I think I put down my under, and I said,
Welcome.
I'm a woman now. Oh my God. So I'm going to start with you, Fatoumata. Okay. How was your first time in your period? How was that?
For me, I wasn't even sure it was period. Like, yeah, I saw the blood and I was like, what is this? Mm-hmm. And it was scary. But I did not ask questions regarding it because I went to school. I saw my period late, I think in grade 8 when I was like 13. Mm-hmm. So when I saw my period and I did not talk about it, but then I went to school and I went to our home science teacher because Miss Bennett, she was really cool, honestly. So I was like in a hurry to go back to school so I could talk to her. Like I saw something on my pens and stuff like. So when I had no wear pads, I went to school and because it was just like small you know. I went to school, small stains, and I went to her and told her like I saw something on my pants and stuff like that. And she was like, "Oh, it's your period," and that was it. She thought I knew something about it, and then that was it. So like we had science, general science, and the lecturer talked about it, but not deeply. You know, it was just about the female anatomy, and then that's it. So everything about period for me, I learned on my own research. You know, because it was something that was not actually talked about in my house, you know. And you know, I grew up in like an extended family. I have my aunties, my cousins, you know, my grandmom, my mothers and stuff like that. They were all in the house. It was an extended family back then in Banjul. But rarely someone talked about their period. And like for me, even when they were sending me to the shop to go and get period products for them, like pads, they would give me something to wrap the pad. You know, and when I go to the shop, the shopkeeper would wrap it in a newspaper and just give it to me. So that was sending a message to me that it's not something to talk about. So obviously I have to keep quiet about my period. Even Ramadan, I was so ashamed of my period that even in Ramadan, I was fasting whilst I was bleeding because I don't want people to know. But eventually my mom had to find out. My first period experience, it's not a good thing. Yes. So I learned a lot on my own.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Wow, how about you, Lika? Your first
I think
time?
I saw it on my birthday, my 13th birthday.
What a way to welcome your 13th. That's crazy.
Tell me why my dad called me like 5 a.m. in the morning to wish me a happy birthday. I was like, oh, thank you, because I was living with my auntie then. So I woke up like as the eyes getting ready for school. The same thing as I pulled it thing down, man. Because me, I already know, man. You know now. I don't know if y'all know, what's it called, sir? What's our home economics teacher called? Something Ola. So she's been teaching us that. So I was like, I've seen you well. I went to my auntie. I said, Auntie Catherine, how far? I remember then she only had this big Cortex pad. I mean,
the big one.
Right.
I know those like them. The ones from here to the back.
I had to stop that thing. I had to manage. Because that was the only one available, then I had to go to school. She's like, well,
How are you able to walk?
Right. How are you able to walk?
I don't know. But I had to manage the thing. I had my full draws thing. Everything was proper cuff like this to my skirts. I was braced up, man. You know? Then I came back, I had to call my dad, like, Papa, because I feel like me and my dad, we talk about it. So I was like, Papa, I'm period for you. Can you imagine grown? I was sending my dad to go buy for me pad because then I knew always. Some time always more always. This is what they care about so much and let them always.
That was the brand, yeah.
That was the brand, yeah.
I said, who do you want me to send to me? I don't know anything about cuts. Don't help me out. So
makes sense.
And I had a conversation with my auntie, obviously Auntie Catherine then. She's like, well, I'm going from neck and I get a period B. And that's one thing like I really appreciate from now because obviously I feel like Auntie Catherine also played like a very important part in my life. So she talk advice ma maligi makna hamga fasoni su de held and what this song guy change and this 2-3 times a day because hamga dead of the hand. So make sure I say, cool, I got you. Look at me, son, my song the butanga, you know, everything pop powder, everything is sides, you know, make sure it's laid flat.
You stretch it and then you place it and then you fold it and then you wait.
What about you, Hannah?
Okay, me honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, Sha. When that shit happened, I thought I'd split.
You did something.
No, because you know I used to do gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay, my grandma in the house, for her that was a no-no. I was too. She was living with a monkey inside her head, and she couldn't.
So I was telling people earlier,
so every time she would telling me, in Aku, you go cherry waist, you go cherry waist, So you must say that. Baseball before I think I just started from 1 or so.
Yeah.
But that day we had sports.
Oh,
Shy.
So I went home. When I went home, as I see the team, I don't cherry waist. Marlon, you are serious. But knowing how my grandma is, I don't want to go and tell her, I don't cheer me waist. The best thing was the internet. The best thing was the internet. And then I know, right? I don't generally.
Who was gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, man, before, like how I used to search, it's like I'm talking to Google. I wrote like, I'm a 12 years old.
No, I've seen a lot of them. Yeah.
I know,
it makes sense.
And then that's how...
At that time, Yahoo Answers, they will be there.
Thank you. That's how it got to answer all my questions and stuff.
I love
So honestly, did I even tell my grandma? No. I didn't tell her.
You just figured it out on your own.
Yeah, I think I had my period like for 2 years before they actually caught up.
Yes.
Because sometimes I've done search in my bag, but I'm not looking at it, and then they found a bag in my bag. Like, you see it, but I'm like,
2 years ago.
Yeah, you late. Like what?
I don't check this. But after when my mom found out and all of that, that woman used to get me always. Yeah, she get me the,
always was.
And you know that before I used to buy the one from the shop, the 25D. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Correct.
Yeah, around the time.
Bella Bella bisa beden bi bukan do. Bella bi legi la flower. Why tabo
I
the
think
blue
Bella was
blue
big.
was something like
blue
that.
bi yo. I'm a woman never
I know
benen
what
blue
you're
bi.
talking
I'm a to the freedom.
Freedom.
Oh.
Jesus.
Wow.
That thing was doof.
Wow.
Tang.
Freedom cut expert.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Sister, where's your retirement card, please? We need to start looking for homes.
Come on, time go
retirement
God.
And that thing is big.
I remember.
So after when my mom found out, she used to get me the proper ones. Come hang and then the small ones next size up. So hey, I used to feel like whereas my unit part was luxury for me compared to the one I used to buy to the shop.
No, it's luxury.
Yeah.
So more than she still buys us that because I'm like, you can't, once you go Lux, you cannot go back, man. I cannot go back to freedom, man. But I cannot go back to freedom, man.
But how will you even use the freedom?
Right.
You don't want to know.
You don't have the
honestly
choice.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Man, freedom, because that shit was long.
But then, it gives you the proper touch like this
But
from here to here.
I always had shorts on. I always had to be. So like people always be asking, so I had to cut that shit out. Like, cut it out, man. But yeah, let's go on.
Fateemah, how was your first time? You're actually not okay.
So about mine, I'm not really sure if I was around 10 or 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the first time I had our periods was when we were in grade 5. I had a friend that was like, I think 8 or 9.
Grade 5. Wow.
Kadi. Yeah, she was the first one. She didn't even tell us. We were just sitting and chatting, and I saw her because she opened her legs. I'm like, Kadi, what is this? Because I was shocked. So she started explaining and all that. So with that, we started having conversations around periods and all that because she was the first to see her period in our group. So the first day I saw mine, I just woke up from bed in the morning, going to have my shower. I used to love white. Yeah, I used to love wearing leggings, like the white ones.
Not the leggings.
That is what I used to go to bed with. So I woke up with my shorts on. I just went to shower. I saw her. I'm like, I shouted from the toilet. My mom came. Oh no. Leho. Manigo ma hola. So mna sangol so paringanyo. Yeah, so when I showered, I came out. So she started explaining. Leggy. You need to do these and these. You should come hang those type of mentalities like because now you are on the verge of being able to get pregnant and all that. So, you know the mentality during that time. Yeah, so with
like,
that,
they look
I
at you, they
started
breathe in
making...
your direction, you're pregnant.
So I started making research on it because I didn't have access to phone by then. I used to go to the internet cafe in Banjo, Mosque Road, you know. So that was where I got most of the information I needed from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and before we continue, I forgot. Please don't beat me. I wanted to give a shout out to our sponsor for this episode, Choprec Wheels. Appreciate you. They do airport pickups and drop-offs. They do events, and they rent out cars. They also sell cars and all that stuff. And there's special discounts on the weekends. So you can hit them up 264
especially for airport pickup.
Exactly. They'll be there on time.
John would be there on time.
So you can reach him on 264-7503. So John Shabazz, we appreciate you.
Thank you for sponsoring us.
Supporting us.
Thank you for letting us do mobile, guys.
So the next thing I want to talk about was about why periods are stigmatized. And honestly, I'm going to say, you guys, I do my part with the destigmatization or whatever it is. Be it my uncle, my dad, my brother. They ask us, I tell them.
I'm
I'm on my
saying.
period.
them in-
I don't. And then why you not fasting? I'm on my period.
In my
Uncle,
office, I
I'm on my
must
period.
collect break. I must collect
I
that.
would tell them, and plus my
I
cramps
cannot come
get bad.
to work.
So it's like, what am I hiding? It's something that happens naturally.
But they need to understand that period is not something you hide. Can you hide your
You
moods?
cannot. You cannot. The hormones, the way they be shifting.
Can you hide your hormones? Those those pretty little princesses will stand in front of your face like, excuse me, you want to be happy? Not today.
Not today.
You want to cry? Not today.
Not
You
today.
want to?
Yeah.
I will make you cry.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, out of nowhere, you start crying.
Yeah.
So you see,
You can't.
if men understood what period is, honestly, I think they would like give us our flowers when we're on our periods.
So you know the funny thing is, when I started having my periods, I never had pains until I turned 16.
Me too. You know,
Same. I would say 2 years after I started.
I used to hear, when after you have a child, it's gonna get better. Man, I feel like I started having cramps after I gave birth.
Wow.
Because when I was young, I didn't feel it. Honestly, I didn't feel it. Like to me, it was a normal thing. Like I used to see my damn sister like in pain, curled up, and I'd actually be laughing at them, be like, "Y'all sissies come glee." Like, but after I had my child, couple of days rolled in. Now.
Yeah, I remember my elder sister, she used to have severe cramps, like severe ones. When the time I realized, this is usually very serious, there was a day I came off from school, home, see, like,
the pain.
Yeah, because of the pain. That was when I realized, okay, because dumadan am pains. I didn't used to have pains. I would just see my period for like 3 days and I'm good. So when I came, I saw her on the floor. I'm like, what is happening? At first, I'm because she wasn't breathing. So I had to like shout for help. So I shouted, my uncle came. They tried. After boom jogging, cramps. So they helped get medications and all that. So yeah.
Yeah. So I like to talk about the period stigma and discrimination, you know. So this is when we talk about period stigma and discrimination, I think we just look at it in the angle like, okay, it's just natural, we should talk about it, but it's a deep-rooted thing. If you look at it, like when it comes to the woman body, even as women, we have to unlearn that. Take me for example. It took me a while before I started saying, oh, my vagina, because you have to find, alternatives for those things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have to find alternatives for our body parts, like, okay, when it comes to boobs, we say lemons or we don't
Watermelons.
Watermelons and stuff like that. When it comes to your vagina, you cannot say my vagina. You have to say
Like that.
yeah. You
Down
don't
there.
even say my tat. You say like
Down
my
there.
private parts.
My private
or
parts.
that,
Yeah. The
Because
JJ.
like just like other body parts, like you can say your fingers, I can say my fingers, I can say my nose, I can say my men can say my chest and stuff like that. But we can say like small when you so small when you hey you're like what me. Wow. The moment you say small when you like me say So what we are telling you is like you're not about you shouldn't be loud about your body parts as a woman or as a girl. So if someone cannot openly talk about their body parts, do not expect them to talk openly about their periods in as much as it's natural.
That makes sense.
And also this actually is one of the things also that falls because all of these things are actually related. So I'm not trying to deviate from the topic, but if you look at it, period shaming is also linked to rape culture.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Because the moment you cannot talk about your body parts, if a child is not allowed to talk about their body part, so what has much I mean, you say my vagina, oh, you're shameless. You shouldn't say that.
You shouldn't say that, yeah.
That person wouldn't come to you if they are touched inappropriately.
True.
You know?
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very,
So
very
that
true.
person can also openly talk about their periods. They will start saying, "Manga jai do dir," or they will start
For
whispering.
me, I hate
That's
the local word, the local names. So even
one job.
menstruation, I hate the period, auntie.
Yeah, some people say like, even in class, they will whisper to you. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Instead of asking like, do you have
you're
pads?
trying to hide it. You're trying to me.
I'm the same.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
I remember the same thing happened to me when I was in my former workplace. Because so with me, the thing is, if I'm on my period, when I drink hot water, like they say, oh, so nani do butanga da fledi. God me oh. Once I drink hot water, the family they pop. I don't understand.
Oh my God.
So tell me why I'm at work. You know, like obviously, because me, I'm a buga tea general, so I'm just drinking my normal tea.
And
By the time I realized,
No,
I forgot I'm on my period, man, and all of a sudden, just shoo. Everything was at the back, like, like just just freeing itself, like release me. I said, okay.
Release.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I stood up. I said, what's going on? Hanalia. I said, no milk. I forgot I was on my period. I said, no milk. To be even get the I say blood of Jesus.
Oh.
Okay, so tell me, because obviously that day I wasn't going to the gym, so I didn't have like any extra clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Oh my God.
guy I was saying Julie Kaibi. Ma jël suma yi yam nga gem dugal def faute nii xam nga nag dama ñàkk a jom instead of ma dem weer suma lifit bagage yi si gannaaw de ma dem teg ko si kanami office bi teg toogu weer ko fu pour naaj bi mu laal ko so suma boss mu duga si I don't blame him man mu duga si it's like
Why is there?
Yeah,
Why is someone's trousers?
that's it. And why is Lika wearing some what's going on? So when Lika, I say yes, what did happen? I say yeah. So what should I tell him? Actually, I'm looking at Isaac like don't go away. I said, well, the thing I didn't period.
Yeah.
It's not. I said, you didn't even. I said, you didn't even period. And my boss me, you know. He said, you didn't even period. I said, yes. I didn't even period. So I've been drinking water. So he had to come inside like the office and be like, do you have Hannah? I was like, oh yeah, I didn't realize that someone had double time. Some period of day, exactly. So it's like, oh okay, but I mean, we should get extra part just in case. Hamga come and jigen enough upa. I was like, this is my job, man. Okay.
As in?
Yeah.
As in?
So since then, part now is amongst the grocery. When we are buying, we add 1, 2. You know, some did. But we have done them a couple of times. So some say that they understand. Okay, that's it. Yeah, as repeated itself. So.
Me, mom, I'd say in our office, I'm not gonna lie, Sha. If I just like the last one I had was I messed up my tubay. I just went to my boss. I was like, bro, I messed up my tubay. I have to. He's like, go. You gotta go home. Like, she's like, you go home, go relax. I'm like, go. To the point that I'll be messing my tubay every once.
On a regular to be going. Yeah,
Exposure.
Now you're casting yourself.
I know he's not watching.
Exposure. But yeah.
that was kind of an excuse I used to use to just.
For me, I don't like, because my office, we're only women in our office, you know.
That's nice.
So many, it's like a woman's office. So we always have pads, not just for us in the office, but for someone maybe passing by and stuff like that. You know, you need a pad, you can just come in and stuff like that and get a pad in the office. But also, like you were saying, in as much as you're comfortable in your body and stuff like that, sometimes it surprises you as a person that you cannot even say things like, I'm on my period, no matter how easy it is.
Yeah.
I think I've unlearned that.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't matter who it is.
I could
You know,
honestly.
same.
It could be the imam, it could be the pastor.
So it's
Just
the
tell
reality
you,
of it,
I'm
that's
on
what's
my
happening.
I'm on
period.
my period, so I cannot come.
Yeah. And it's just the reality.
Like
because,
sometimes,
yeah.
because I'm not in a period, because sometimes you wake up in the morning and you have morning sickness.
Yeah.
Be like,
Like you have proper morning sickness.
I swear
Us
to
that
God.
have been pregnant and have baby, we know the type of morning sickness we are talking about. You wake up, God. Everything about you is, you hate the wall, you hate the bed that you are sitting on. You even
Just
start
overstimulated.
to overthink your life.
Yeah.
Me, days like that,
Yeah.
I just wake up and call my boss, sir.
I think I'm seeing a different period then.
There are levels.
Some people, there's levels.
And then speaking
There's
of levels, I wanted to ask, because, okay, I've always said I'd ask my gynecologist, but I've not seen that man in a while. I've been a good girl. But anyways, yes. You know, like how I said, I get pains. I started getting pain, like after I gave birth.
Yeah.
Coming to think of it, now that I say, I feel like it's when I started taking contraceptives. That's when my period shifted and all of that.
It depends
with
on the type of
pain.
contraceptive. If it's a hormonal contraceptive, yeah, it for some people it reduces like the blood that comes out, and then sometimes your cramps are lighter, blah blah blah. So it depends on the type of contraceptive you have.
I mean,
what's your take on it?
I feel like you should see your gynecologist. Like, it's the best thing to do. We can, like, anything we do here, like, giving you advice will be based on opinions. Not facts. But also, people that say, like, if you have a baby, like, the period pain is going to disappear. Those are just myths.
That's
there are many myths, like, that are
Surrounded.
by periods, you know. And if you look at these myths too, they're very problematic because
Yeah.
they have the belief that as a woman, you know, when you give birth, your opening is wide, so blood flow will just come out easily. That is the you know, reason behind it. That's why they said it, because there's this myth that as a woman, whenever you have a baby, like danga yatu, forgetting that the vagina is elastic in nature.
So it's gonna come back.
It's gonna come back,
you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they tell you like, okay, the reason why you're having these cramps is because like you don't have a child or you're a virgin or stuff like that. But it's bullshit.
It is.
I swear.
It
Because
is.
you can have 3 babies, 3 children, and still you still go through the worst cramps, you know. But the other thing is like cramps, yeah, they can happen, you know. But like if you have excessive cramps, like the one you talk about, like your sister, you know, being unconscious and stuff, all of that, then those kind of cramps you really need to see
Yeah, she ended up going to the hospital.
yeah, because like in Gambia, most of us, if you look at it, most of us experience extreme cramps, you know. I'm not even exaggerating, but it's because most of us also went through FGM, you know, and we have like this opening because the clitoris that is supposed to protect us from all these infections, it's not there anymore. So we just open. So we're prone to infections.
Oh wow.
So these infections also might affect us. It
That's
might lead to
the
cramps.
thingy.
When they cut off your
Yeah.
yeah.
So you look at that. So this is why most of us, we have this, you know, extreme cramps when we are on our periods. Not just on our periods, but during ovulation. Some people have ovulation cramps, you know.
At PMS, premenstrual symptoms, the one that comes before the period comes. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes you have like even ovulation spotting. Like you bleed for a day sometimes and you think it's your period.
And it's not.
And like the pain is worse than
Bro, there's levels.
the period
There's
cramps.
levels to this
You
thing.
actually you feel like they're twisting your intestines, like
And
it
the
be
butt
cramping.
cramps. The butt cramps.
Oh, that one is worse.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Like I feel like I'm crippled. I started holding the chair. Excuse me.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Bro, my system just be different when I'm on my period, bro.
I feel like I've been injected. Like
No,
I can't
Bro,
really
it's like
work.
somebody
The
just
ovulation cramps that she's saying too, the cramp would be cramping
As in
to the
The
point
cramp
that you
is
can
cramp.
actually feel
Yeah.
your
You
belly.
can feel it. Like
Yeah.
it's
Man,
worse than
that-
period
Yeah.
cramps.
Man, that
Yeah.
come them they cigarette do whatever na sigi them.
there's
What do you
You
levels
know
do?
what
This thing
happened to
that-
me?
Really?
Like I've never experienced ovulation cramps before. So I saw like the debate going on online on Nigerian tweet, and I was like, okay, let me just research about this. Because for me, I'm so curious, and like periods is my thing. I'm curious about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've read it before, but I want to hear from people experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. The following day, pam,
It came.
I went to work. And I was like, no, my period is not supposed to come. You know? So like I went to the
called
bath.
upon
I-
it.
yeah. I went and I saw like
Yeah.
blood. I didn't know it was spotting. I thought it was my period. I went home. It was small blood still. And I'm a heavy bleeder. I'm a heavy bleeder. So the blood was not coming. And I was not praying. I was so confused. You know,
No,
my
I feel
body
that.
was so hot. Like the heat from my body. I couldn't understand. Like, and I was angry. I was angry at everyone. Nobody did shit to me. And I was like, what's going on with me? And the following day, I had not seen blood again.
That's it.
That was just the blood I saw. So I was so confused. And then I was like, okay, let me see. I went to ChatGPT. I said, like, my period is supposed to come in 2 weeks. And I saw a blood. Why? And it started saying it's ovulation spotting. And I know very well, like, I was ovulating at around that time. So I was like, what? God, like, I was like just asking. I was just making research. Why do you want me to use me as a practical test?
So you understand.
Exactly how it
And I entered car to go to work. All of a sudden, I couldn't sit. I started holding my people in the car were like, what's going on?
Your bum was
I
bumming.
had never experienced that. It was like someone would just come and stab
Stab
me
you.
on-
Bro.
And I would just run after him. You know, I was screaming. Like,
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's what it does.
and people
Yeah.
were like,
Yeah.
no hell.
No, I
Yeah,
hear
how
you.
longer watching a deal? I'm like, did it?
gosh.
And it stopped. And I like,
Yeah, it does that.
it went to an extent like many days my jamat. Like my you who what?
And the
Like
funny,
fully slow.
it's like it's the backbone.
And yeah, and what
Yeah.
they
It's the
Right
backbone.
on the chatty bone.
Yeah. it sometimes when you come in, could jump?
Bro,
Okay, it went to
It's like
this extent. Like,
electrocuted.
I thought like I was having diarrhea. My self poop. Madam munuma poop. Mangiragala poop because like was pain and you know. So I was just on the toilet like like munuma deftara. So I was just crying at some point like lila lani, you know. And it
my
went like
gosh.
for like 4 days.
oh my gosh.
I was like ovulation cramps is worse than that. Like and the hate.
It's worse.
That's crazy.
It was like I was having mini contraction.
Thank you. It's that. It's mini contraction. That's the right word.
Yeah.
So contractions we go like that.
Auntie.
I am not
No,
ready.
don't worry. We'll come to that maternal.
about menstrual pain.
If contraction touch you now,
no.
you go tease it.
No,
they
we'll
unplug your back
definitely-
from your spine.
Don't worry, we're
Yeah.
going to talk about that one. But I wanted to also talk about the realities and also the hygiene basics, specifically like in relation to periods and stuff.
Sorry, I don't want to cut her, but before we move, you know, you mentioned something about girls that go through FGM are more prone to
Infections.
Like, can you elaborate on that more? Because me, I like to.
And we're speaking of FGM, we're going to have an episode
I
on that.
had like you guys will have an episode on FGM.
yes.
For sure. We will.
But do you want me to still talk?
Yeah, we can talk about it for sure.
Yeah, because like the clitoris is like there at the opening. So if you cut that, usually that support you or helps you to fight, you know, cover that thing, you know,
blockage.
blockage. So if the thing is removed and then as women we have this opening,
Yeah, it's like a.
the moment you're down there, like infections easily comes in and it's easily
It's almost
enter.
like
Now
cutting
that
off
you're
the-
talking and I'm picturing the private part.
Yeah.
Yes.
My private part.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God actually put there that for something. Why
And
y'all
it has,
taking it out?
thank you,
It's the
Henny.
fact
You
that
put it there
she
for a
said
specific
mine.
reason.
She don't even say the
like-
private. She said mine.
No, but coming to think of it now, Lika, you and me, and I look at me now, you know what I'm looking at and what I'm
I
seeing.
don't know what you're looking at.
Okay, now the thing is there. Okay.
Okay.
They pull and cut.
And there's nothing there, right?
That's wickedness.
It's empty. Now that you say it,
Now that you say
when
you say it like that, you know what that makes me think of? Like, for example,
It's actually there
like,
for a
let's say if
reason.
you cut off like your
eyelids.
eyelashes. For example, and it's supposed to
Not your
protect
lashes,
it.
so your
The
lids.
eyelids, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, think of your eyelids. It's like, no, you want me to do like this. So now when
just
you
cut it
when you have
out.
dust,
It was to protect
Sorry,
you
you
from
can't
the dust
protect
and all of that.
yourself.
I'm not here going to FGM. Why marry and then over sour man? Come here over wicked man. Yen I marry wicked man.
Nigga saga.
So nekute pull neh bisa why affaire si mung fa pull dara.
God made it for that. There's how many thousands of nerve endings. Don't worry. We will have an episode on that. So I wanted to ask like what you guys experience. Well, I'm gonna go with first with mine, but like you guys' experience like physical and emotional. So I obviously touched on it a little bit with the cramps and stuff, but for me, I have a lot fatigue. Bro, during bro, it's like I don't have. I'm not, bro, I cannot.
PMS.
I
you were
don't
talking
have
about it.
rest. Yeah, I'm always tired. The
wake up
cramps,
tired.
the mood swings be swinging, and then like you feel like you're by yourself. Like damn, it's just me that's
know.
experiencing. Yeah, I'm alone. Like I hate the work.
I don't know if I am allowed to say what it does to me.
No.
Yeah.
The thing is, you might have something more than just PMS, but we're gonna touch on that. Don't even worry, sir. PMDD, for sure. No, for sure. Trust me. Trust me.
From the start to the finish, is it just me?
No, it's not just you.
Thinking of do.
No, it's not just you. It's not just you.
She will not answer me.
But yeah, I'm gonna start with Fateemah. What are your physical and then the emotional side effects when you're on your period, or even pre?
Okay. Last week I think we shot an episode. Did you see me active?
Yeah, you were not active. You were chilling.
You said it. Oh.
Yeah, she was
So it
chilling.
was like it was part of my premenstrual symptoms. Usually, my skin breaks out. I have like constant headache, and I have tender breasts and I have acne on my face.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
during this period,
You suffer.
I don't just suffer. I get irritated easily. Like I get angry at the slightest stuff. I'll come to the office. The manager will usually see how I sit. I'll put one leg on this one, the other one here, and I'll sit and lay back.
Yeah.
That is how comfortable I can sit. So about during my period, I have like stomachache, back pain,
Oh yeah.
That one won't
heavy
be
feet.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
it gets swollen,
Yeah.
but not all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll be having stupid cravings.
I feel like
I
you
do that.
sound like you're
That-
pregnant.
Yes.
And I
cravings,
hate the
Mom.
fact it
Stupid cravings.
overlaps.
Period, like period cravings has had me standing in front of the fridge with a pickle in ice cream and chewing on it.
Pickle and ice cream is
I'd
crazy,
be
bro.
craving weird shit.
Yeah.
Maybe like that. Maybe like that.
I'm just trying to.
The last period I had, I was looking for toll. You understand? I had the toll in the night. I have kanimunku. I didn't want to use kanimunku. You know what I went and opened? You see those Nando's sachet pepper sauce? Because my mom brought some when she came. Is that I took and I squeezed lime on top of the toll. On top of the, I add sour to the sour. And this, I'm telling you, it was like at 12 o'clock at night or something. I was there.
That was a period cravings. That was witchcraft.
Exactly. Because tell me why you're eating that at 1, 2 a.m. when you should be sleeping and drinking water.
The things that my period does to me, or I can
That's
cook.
crazy.
I will cook
That's crazy.
something. Everybody in the house will tell me they're not eating that, but me,
I will eat it.
I'm going to eat it because
That's
I
crazy.
purposely cooked it because my mind told me if you take sugar and put bouillon and put
Whatever you
you find in the cupboard
So,
and add lime.
The saddest part
what it
about
does.
my periods is that I don't take medications.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I don't. You can live in the same house.
I don't believe in taking
Why?
meds.
No,
I don't believe in
that.
taking
Yeah,
meds.
it doesn't make
me?
sense.
God, God's
You see
strongest
me?
soldiers.
The reason why I don't take medications is because I've tried like severally.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work with
I
me.
feel like it doesn't make sense.
No, anytime I do, okay, I see my period for 7 days.
Same, girl.
Yeah.
Same.
Anytime I take medications,
Well,
it stops on that day. It doesn't come
What?
till the next month.
that's the
Okay,
female
what about you,
autonomy.
Lika? What was your physical
about
and
you?
emotional side
Do I
effects?
really have emotional? No.
No, you were saying, please, before you go there, you were saying like you don't take medication.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I
take
don't
medication.
too.
I
Do you
feel like
cramp?
yeah, I do cramp, but I
Okay.
feel like.
No,
I just feel like I can manage my cramping.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have a weird reason.
Yes.
for that.
Mine is not manageable, but on several occasions
you're
I've tried,
strong.
and I went to the hospital twice,
I feel like if I take
and I was
I'm
asked
a
to
pussy.
stop taking medications.
Because it's not
Because
safe.
it
If
gets
it's
to a
stopping
point that you get so addicted to it that you cannot function
malola
without
ban.
medications.
First of all, you're not pussy for taking no painkillers, girl.
No, but like over the counter, let me tell you something. Over the counter medication, like just on your period, maybe once, because the period cramps is worse at day 1 and day 2. You know,
Can I tell you
maybe day 3
something?
sometimes. Day 4, it's bad maybe, but you can actually work with it.
Even
Like,
2 days to my period, if I drink medications,
it will not come.
no, for you,
I would
think
say
also-
I'll only see my period once,
once and that's it.
and that's it.
maybe you should go to the hospital
I've
and
done that.
complain about.
Me,
done
my
that.
Also,
symptoms for period.
me.
No.
Me,
I don't think.
if I know like my period is coming, lately what I've been doing, I think so, like since last year, what I've been doing, day 2 to my period, I'll drink Profen.
Okay.
Yes,
Prepare.
I'll stop. Yes, I'll
It's
stop
gonna be
taking.
me.
I'll stop taking coffee or tea or drinks with gas to avoid bloating and all of that.
Yeah.
And ever since I've been doing that, okay, my period, I've been experiencing cramps, but it has been calm. Like
Honestly, man,
They're tender.
no offense. I don't do that. So,
But I know some people,
You
even
are
with
strong,
garab
oh.
sa, because
You are
masaya
strong.
na dama they experience lus. Manane garab sa. Ma period that they meet, come that they meet. But do them that they fake or come
That's
like.
broken.
Dama had a period we know, madoga nan garab para come I do not care, man don't like a lumane like cucumber and stuff like that. Because I'm not yena for some like a right. If they tap blood clotting because if they're difficult.
yeah.
Yeah, you understand.
That's crazy.
If they come like so you get a period, you're bloating and all of that. It's usually very difficult.
So when I drink, but I'm gas before period.
Hey, yeah.
Just know that the cramps is gonna be 10 times. worse.
Yes,
the cramps
yes,
we
yes,
see
honestly.
each other at the gym.
Then the guy do hot drink.
Man, okay, man, the
Man,
don't
when you
like
don't,
man,
listen, man, don't be at
Bill
Bibu.
Budaobi, yeah.
Poop non-stop be. Cause man,
247.
I hate it.
Anybody that kuma ham ne man constipation. Me and we're besties. You know what I'm saying? I be going to the toilet like every
6, 7.
3 days at least, man. Because me, I don't eat like that. But you see, when that thing comes, me and the toilet we are besties. At least 2-3 times a day, I'm going. I said, don't look at it because I don't know what's going on.
And you know,
Because me in the toilet, I don't see the toilet
comes
like that.
Yeah. No, my stomach is extra sensitive.
I say, yo.
And then when it's also in combination with when your buttocks is you're in the toilet like this, you're like, oh shit.
The funny thing is with me, the toilet, the toilet has a window that is connected to my boss's toilet, and the toilet is connected to the boss's.
you
door
cannot make
that is
too much noise.
How did I will do?
And you allow it.
Then you know what I would do? I just open the tap. I hear noise.
That's what I do.
As soon as a big one is, I don't
No, you quickly flush it so you will not smell. You flush it and you wait for the second round. You wait for the bucket once it falls.
You see, I've been sweating in the toilet. Yeah, it's like I'm at war with myself. I'm like, nigga, don't you better not disgrace yourself.
And you're there, you're sweating.
I still,
Period birbudao is different from birbudao.
No, it's
Birbudao
different.
is just birbudao.
Nah, for real.
But then,
It's
but then
different.
birbudao on your period, you're also cramping on top of that.
I told her, so one be. You see, like, understand, so digabi down to the butt crack. So there's a pressure. Now the
Sometimes
pain
it's
is
like,
waiting for you there.
Yeah.
and sometimes it's just come like, tsh, and then it's like something is stuck there.
Why
Yep.
you muti
And
bisi
you
ya
can't
ko
go
nak
back.
tadi.
Yeah.
Tapi ndo ni nak dang poop nak poop become your sister
Yeah,
your in your
cramps.
mind.
Pare nga.
Leer na la ne jeexul. Waaye sa wuti bi mu la ne jeex na. Sa tun baa ngi nak ñu def. That's how the butt be like.
My mom and fire. I'm a minute time. I know what. You know, like when you sneeze.
Oh God.
When
when you
you hold it
sneeze,
over that, you like, oh shit.
Then you see it's your period.
I
Oh my
catch
God.
myself holding my.
It's literally waterfall, bam.
But
Yeah.
wait, before we skip symptom, you people are still ignoring this symptom, but you not ignoring it.
Ignore it.
This, you know, there's one thing.
Let's keep it PG.
I'm
Let's keep it PG.
trying,
Let's
I'm
keep it
trying.
PG.
I feel like there's no way to keep it PG with this one.
You know,
They were talking to the adults.
we all do stuff.
Yeah.
Who's we all?
Wait, what is
Now I feel like
what is
PG, parental guidance.
Guidance.
Guidance,
As
where
in
the
Masora,
children
like
is
Hale,
there.
I said that.
Yeah.
But, madam, this question is for you. Okay, let me know use them. Me, I do.
Ovulation.
that's what
Ovulation, like
But you see,
ovulation, honey.
the do that I usually want to do when the period is here, if I do it, it's not going to be good. But my body is telling me, oh, Hannah, you can live your best life this week. I wake up in the morning, I think of do. I watch TV, I think of do. My body, everything now do.
It be
do.
like that.
And
It's
the
the
worst
hormones.
part is,
It's the hormones,
the
man.
worst part is, when I'm done with my period and want to do,
So you're not in the mood.
I'm like,
Ew.
ew.
Yeah.
Like, was
your
it me?
No, the thing is, your body is setting you up so that you can get pregnant. That's it.
It's a lie.
It's setting you up. It's a
It's a
setup.
lie. Me that look at my friend's children. You see, I tell my friend Rohi, I look at her child, I'm like, you traumatize me. I don't want a baby no more. Bro, no.
But I found some interesting. I found some interesting stats
So
that. So it says here like many girls can't afford like sanitary products, so they miss like school or work. And so it says in the Gambia, a single pack of disposable sanitary pads costs about $1.50 for many girls. But when that's a sizable part of the family income, it becomes a real burden. And it says globally, a pack of disposable pads, 20 to 30 pads, often go for about $8 to $13, depending on the brand, of course. And so as it says over a year, using disposable pads every month adds up. For example, if someone uses 20 pads per cycle, which is common, the cost for disposables can range from tens to over $100 a year, depending on the brand and how much are needed. So I thought that was very interesting. And that's where, like, you know, I'm going to definitely, you know, I'm definitely going to ask her more questions about her pad drive so that people that are watching would, you know. Yep. So I'm going to come to the products and the usage. So obviously, I don't know what y'all use. I didn't bring it, but I use period underwear. It's been convenient for me. It's just come, but put it on, go my way. But granted, my period, like especially the first 2-3 days.
Is it disposable?
No. It's a reusable.
Okay.
You wash it and stuff. You hang it, let it dry, rinse and repeat basically and stuff. And in the long run, for me, it's something like it saves money, and you know what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about disposing and stuff like that. So a lot of people, they use pads. We got some here and stuff like that.
This is the pad crew, man.
Speaking,
I love a tempin.
I want to know how they use the cup.
Girl.
I've never seen the cup before.
The
sir.
cup, it will be my luck that I will use it. It will be stuck up my vagina,
I've seen
and I won't be
it.
able to take it out again.
I've watched someone.
I've seen them use it. I don't
Someone
know how
like
they do
try
it.
to insert
You're
it.
supposed to fold it, yeah.
You fold it.
Yeah.
And when you fold it, you put it
It's
in.
elastic, right? Before
Yeah.
this-
Yeah,
like
yeah,
rubber-ish.
like
It's a
rubber. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a rubber.
Yeah.
Silicone.
And then you
silicone.
put it in, and then
Yeah.
it will open up.
So you put in the cup.
vagina.
Oh God.
Oh, and
And then
guys,
there's
You see, my problem is
we got some tampons here.
the only thing
Oh, we got
I want
different
in
sizes.
my vagina is what God created.
Yeah, because
So honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my hand.
So that's
And
that cup and
okay.
you see
That's
this
the beauty
thing they
about
traumatize,
that's the beauty
especially this
about
thing.
period products. So
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, I'll say like when it comes to period product, to each person is what you're most comfortable with.
You have to
True.
start
Some
somewhere.
people-
We have to
I
start
don't know who be using that cup, but
People be
No,
using it
people
too.
are- people are
People
are
use
using
it
it.
because look, I
You
come
know,
across a lot of
reusable.
TikToks.
People are comfortable
use
with
it.
it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
because
yeah.
you can use it for like 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
You just have to use it, withdraw the blood, wash, rinse, and use again. So it's more cost effective.
Mm-hmm,
You know, it's more cost effective, and there's nothing like, you know, for example, when it comes to the reusable parts, you have to wash it.
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
to dry it under
Yeah,
the sun.
yeah.
You have to iron it before using it. There's so much. But with the period cup, you just have to put it in, and it will open, and they're different size. So it will open, and then you just withdraw it.
Me
How
that
the
has
heck you gonna know
trust
what's up?
issues.
Thank you.
Bilai, walai.
You see,
My dumb ass will forget it in
I
there.
have an experience with these things here.
Oh yeah, tampons,
The
y'all.
first day I saw these,
Where did I buy this from, sir?
Neka
I
Hale.
forgot, sir.
I didn't know. I thought it was candle. I took lighter.
So it depending on where you get it from, you can also.
remove one from the packet.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You will
let me do it.
Maybe she thought it was like a birthday candle that.
So with this particular
Yeah, I took
brand,
lighter and I
they
was
show you
lighting
how
the thing.
to they show you how to use
It's
it.
so cute.
Yeah. Oh, this
What is
one.
cute?
I don't- Oh,
This one is
you
this
left
one.
that.
That one is
Showing you, I
small.
don't know how to do it.
Okay.
I don't know how
Let,
to
one
let
is
me let me
small
open
size,
it. That's a
right?
small. Yeah. And then the green one. This
That
is
one
the
is the small
super,
size.
and this is a super plus when you have really heavy. Yeah. Exactly. So basically, well, according to the instructions
you can
here.
have this in, and you wouldn't even feel it's
Yeah.
inside you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fateemah.
The same way you can have the menstrual cup in, and it's just in the mind.
Yeah.
You will forget.
Me in my
to
mind.
have it.
I don't
Me
think
in
my mind is
mind.
gonna allow me put
I'm
that.
Me in my mind with
weak.
all my explorations and Dora the
I'm
Explorer.
not there
things.
yet.
The thing
I
is-
get for tampon.
The
Yeah.
thing is,
But
you
the
already traumatized.
Yeah.
You know, you already traumatized. Already,
Yeah.
you have like a preconceived
Yeah.
thing
No,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like, okay, this is big.
Yeah.
I cannot wear this. This is a
The
whole
fact
cup.
that it's like that, I'm thinking, how the hell is this gonna be in my
You-
private part? And I'm
Auntie,
chilling.
Auntie,
You are dancing.
Wait. Me.
Because let's say, for example, menstrual cup. Maybe if you see it in a picture, you think like it's big. But like something bigger is going into the vagina of woman.
Oh God.
Which is
I mean, something bigger is coming out, like a
Coming
child.
out.
Like a
Something
child.
bigger is
I
coming
mean, a
out.
child.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that makes sense.
Coming
Now that you
out.
said that makes sense.
But what
we're
I'm
being
telling you,
inappropriate here.
me personally, me, Hanadeka Sam, as much as I like to do Dora the Explorer, I don't like putting shit in my tab.
And I agree.
It's scary.
It is good.
It's valid.
It's one thing, you
Yeah.
know that. And
Salama Jahal. I
It's
think
me.
some
It's
time
valid.
ago, I saw a post of a woman forgetting this.
Yes,
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
come to that. I'll come to that.
How careless can you be?
No, at least my part, I can feel
I
it.
think it's more about not knowing that carelessness, you know. So having a tampon inside you can cause like toxic shock syndrome. That is like you have some, even with pads, the reason why we say you should change your pads like every 3 hours, or if you have heavy bleeders, and even if you're not a heavy bleeder, you should change your pads, you
Make
know,
a good habit.
Chemicals.
because
It's not healthy.
Not
when
safe.
you have tampons inside you, it's like nothing is coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Your ear shock. So there's this infections that grows inside. And that infection will cause like a toxic shock. It will kill you immediately.
Mbako.
So sometimes like you have this when you have tampons without the knowledge, you can have them like for 7 hours inside you. You will die if you don't have someone help you.
Child.
Because it goes inside.
No. Because what she's trying to say is, usually, like, when you're using the pad or whatever it is, the blood is flowing out.
Yeah.
You understand? But when the tampon is there stuck in, the tampon is absorbing.
It's absorbing the
but
blood.
it's still
Inside.
your body.
Yeah.
So bacteria, it needs what? Moist and warmth to grow. There, it's moist, it's warm,
And it's
it's
growing.
going to grow. The blood is not flowing out.
Where's
So
some-
me, say, that's part of the reasons why I don't want to put stuff.
No, it makes sense.
So imagine like you, like a child having, which is why most of the time when we are advising young girls how to take care of themselves during the period, we don't just say, okay, use pad.
And that's it. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
tell them about all of these things,
Yeah,
including
yeah,
period cups,
yeah.
because you don't know where they will be and what they will be offered. Because someone might just think, okay, they're on their period, let me just give them this. They'll understand. No, you know, and these things are very, because I think there's an episode from the doctor that I watched where the girl, I cannot remember the episode, where the girl was sick and was admitted, you know. So when she came to the hospital with the mom, and they were trying to ask questions and stuff like that. And then obviously the doctor asked, when last did you see your period? And the mom was kind of mad. Why are you asking her that? You know, she's young, she's not actively, she's not sexually active. And the doctor was like, I just want to know. And the guy was like, the mom was like, she's not up to that state that she's going to see her. And the guy was like, I saw my period in school today. Because she was sick. She was like
really sick.
she was about to die.
Oh my God.
You know. And then the doctor was like, you saw your period today in school, and then you went to pool. What did you use? A tampon. That was straight away when they said,
We'll remove it.
yeah,
Remove
remove
it.
the tampon.
Oh my God.
And then they started, you know, explaining. So you see that so many young people are using tampons, but they don't know
How to
how
use it, yeah.
or why or
Yeah.
even older women.
A lot of girls, I know a lot of girls, the reason why they use tampons is because
You want to wear a dress.
they don't want to wear drawers, number one. And number two, when they're going out, you know, like when you're going out and then you want to wear like a sexy dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you don't want your period to stop you from
Yeah.
going. You're like, let me just get a tampon. Me, it cannot be me. Honestly, that trauma of, bro, not even that. You know which one first traumatized? You know, when you're going to the gynecologist and then
Where are you? You see that injection sort of, there's this medicine they will usually give you to insert yourself. You see that since this
I'm not talking about limiting, nigga. You have not reached that stage. You don't go carry baby. When you reach baby,
I never reached baby, but I reached injection inside. You see that? It was like, open your legs. I
Okay.
said, exactly.
now you see
What's going on?
You know that one?
Uncle, hold injection to put medicine. I said, wait. Is that thing going to enter me? He said, well, you because obviously I had an infection then because I was using like the girl's toilet. So, you know, I was like really itching. He's like, well, the money Portugal. I said, wait.
Give me some time.
But to a point, after he had to give me an injection because I was literally shaking because the fact that I was like,
Oh my
I had
God.
to like,
Wow,
open it
lady,
wide.
like explain like Bobo Bayam. I'm going to open the open against Bunde definitely. You know the most one. I'm telling you, this one, then go put them there and they go be like, woo.
Oh yeah, when I was getting a check, a pap smear. Ha!
You know that one I'm talking about?
Oh,
The one that
I forgot the name of it, sir. They enter like this.
And then they'll be, no, when they put it there, then they'll start to squeeze. Squeeze.
Yep.
It go to open.
It's like open.
Hold up.
It's like a metal
Wait,
thingy.
wait a minute.
Forgot the name of
Who
it.
are they squeezing and what is
You. They enter it like this and start.
It's now that you have Kersa down. More than that, you see, once you go give birth, you don't have Kersa down there, and it's true. When they will tell you, you go see doctor. We go put in hand. You and me, doctors, do they feel like their hands is in a box or what?
Something like
Because
that too.
you have someone's put the hand, full hand.
Yep.
They touch. Oh, you are not yet dilated. Oh. 20 centimeters dilated. Oh,
Oh my God.
I think the first
None
time
of
I
I
went to a
want
gynae, where I was looking at the man like,
Who's Tanka?
that's because
Who? Not me.
okay, so sister Lula that it was me and this this Ibadu girl, like so she was speaking in so like me explain. So me to explain. So she like, okay, doctor Mune, okay, your sister Duga Sibir Rumbi, or Duga Smar Rumbi after Mune, you can lie down. I was thinking we were gonna have a conversation. Not knowing.
Oh, is it therapy?
He was like, oh, lay down. I lay down. So I was waiting for, doctor, let's have a conversation. He's like, oh, Ubisa Tangabi. I said, huh? Muna, yeah, I need to see what's going on. I was like, do I really have to do that? Like, you could just, no, I need to. Tell me why this nigga open my legs.
Oh.
with his hands,
Oh.
wearing the
Glove.
The glove?
You do like this. You do like this.
No, if at least you do like this was I would prefer you would do it. Tell me why this nigga is opening some lips and some window curtains inside there.
So let me get in there real
like,
quick.
Yes, but that's what I'm telling you.
Sorry.
Gis nga sama mënoon a say that you know si biir plan bi.
Which is why there's always like a debate. People in the medical field will tell you like it's a nasty, like Ghana is a nasty.
It is, honestly it is.
It's a nasty field.
Yeah.
People women don't like to go into it and stuff like that.
It's
But
traumatizing.
also, women are more
Shit.
comfortable having like a male gynae. Because
Man,
honestly,
Interesting.
personally,
I
Interesting.
I'm not gonna
sorry.
lie.
Women, I am most comfortable having like a female gynae. Sorry.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah.
I am
That's-
more
that's what I
comfortable. I don't know because I haven't
Because-
came across a female gynae.
Okay, the reason is,
They're not
like
a
you
lot, yeah.
said, maybe you haven't come across a female gynae. They extend more grace to you. Because
Yeah,
like
'cause
you
they
said, the
understand
male
your pain.
gynae was just doing this and this and that. Because everything he learned is from the book, you know.
And he hasn't experienced it
And
himself.
like the woman experience, and I have experienced like I have an experience with a woman gynae, and I know like I at some point I forgot like I was even seeing a gynae. I thought like I was starting with
You're
a
starting,
gynae.
yeah.
She's doing that and she's asking, "Are you okay? Do you want me to stop?" and all of those things.
Me,
But the male
just did
gynae,
this.
like you said,
He's just
they
doing his
doing
job.
it.
me. He asked me before when I went, like when I was pregnant, when I started going.
Honestly,
nursing
I
and everything.
prefer a female one.
Yeah,
But
for
the
sure.
first time I had to encounter them, like to tell me to open my legs and stuff, I was skeptical. He just said he was a Nigerian, sir. I'll not forget. I'll not even call the hospital. If I call the hospital, they will know it. He asked me, why are you closing your legs after you already did it?
Oh my God.
told me,
I
what the
hate,
hell?
bro.
He told me-
I hate doctors like that. Shut
He
up.
told me to open my legs. I was a bit.
Oh my God.
He's still pushing my legs. I'm still going. Jarul Masara.
Hey.
No. You already done it now. Open now.
But it's like, but I opened it for someone I knew. I don't know you.
Exactly.
Open it up. Let me do my job now.
No, but that was so unprofessional.
That's very
No, but after
unprofessional.
we laughed about it.
Pervert
Yeah, but
behavior,
still, some
pervert
people, they're
behavior.
very hunger.
No, for me, honestly, I'm not even mad about it. I'm not even mad because
You know, but there's some gynecologists, they make very inappropriate comments
made my
though.
thick,
No, that was
it made my
inappropriate
skin
and, like-
thicker.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, it made my skin thicker because after I come, you don't work. Come on, mom, life pack of mama. So he was like, and then he was like, you don't want me to check your baby? Move your leg now.
And if someone like me, I would have just got up and like leave.
Like, I would have been.
I will leave. I will leave.
Man, belege small while. So said that said now when the hand mom foolish. Man, personally, I didn't take it personal because number one, I was young by then, and me, I don't see if you like, you squeeze your face until tomorrow. I'm paying you my money. You are giving me your service. I'm paying you to make sure me and my baby are okay.
Yeah.
If you tell me to bend over and do this, I will bend over and do this. That's just me. At the end of the day, it's the safety of my
I
child.
think I'll definitely go with the female gynae.
Yeah.
I'll go with the female gynae.
Yeah.
I even go with the female gynae. Like if I go to the hospital
Yeah.
and they tell me like the male gynae is the one that's available, I would say like I'll book for another week.
Don't have me.
Honestly, now I have
know,
like
I
even contact with the gynae, so I asked
Yeah.
her, "Are you on tomorrow? Like I have an appointment at the hospital." And the person was like, "No, I am not on tomorrow." I have an appointment. Maybe I will cancel it. When will you be on? They will tell me like this. Do you have a free time? Like, do you have a free spot?
Oh, wow.
And they will tell me, and I will say, "Okay."
But sometimes the case is
And then-
urgent, man. You gotta
Yeah,
do what you gotta
she-
do.
One is the bad, and man, most of the
yeah.
time it's urgent. But
My own was-
But then also the other thing is like, I think it's important like for us to build relationship with
With
these
that,
people.
yes.
with our
That's true.
attitude.
Because sometimes
true.
you don't even need to go to the hospital. Just tell
true.
them the symptoms and
Yeah.
they will tell
And
you
they'll
what
tell
to
you,
do
yep,
until then.
Yep, that's
you
true.
know.
That's true.
Man, I feel like because me, I don't like sugarcoat. So how much? What a cocoa. The gynecologist will more just break the stigma and come. You have to
I
be
think,
afraid
yeah.
of your gynecologist.
Yeah, yeah.
Because man, since after that, I am not afraid. You sit down, uncle. I would tell you. And me, I am very touchy of myself.
Yeah.
Like I would touch myself everywhere. So me, I can describe for you what is inside. If I sit in front of you, I'll tell you I've touched. I feel this is there. Picture mungifi. Picture. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some cousin.
Dr. Hannah.
Listen, lad, I'm gonna call. Fadera. Now this and this do me that. And I feel I'm here and him to you tell me. Go check and tell me what he did. Me too, I'll go. In front of the mirror, I'll check. I'll call him and then
I need to
and then
visit
I don't
him.
have to go to the clinic. I'll just send the driver to go pick up the mats. But man, I'm saying is I don't have any props for like not wanting female gynecologists. They did it. My first encounter was with a male gynecologist, and he broke that stigma. You have to be afraid of your male of your gynecologist. You understand? So, come on, I am as raw as I am when it comes to healthcare. Come to maybe just feel.
I think like that also has to do with like the way we see things as individuals. Because for me, what your first like you said, you have a thick skin maybe from the start, and maybe your self-esteem has always been there up there. So let's say for someone like me, I met at the gynecologist, and the first thing that comes to your mind was like, open your leg, you have done it before. That will destroy me. You know, even though I have been having sex, like you said, like until I'm maybe pregnant or whatsoever, that's not your place to tell me. And as a person, I feel like for me to be safe, you have to put, because I see that as a judgmental statement. You're being judgy, you know.
I was like,
so people are different, and for me, that would make me maybe step back a little, and it, like for others, it could even stop them from going to our gynae again, because they might say like, no matter how sick they are, they might say, oh, if I go there, they will judge me. It's just like the same way those that give contraceptives are in their family planning unit, you know. It's like when a child goes, like a student goes for a contraceptives, and you're like, hey, young student ga. Obviously, you are telling that girl, okay. So sometimes, I mean, this, you might see it as something like harmless, but for the general population and for like the doctors or the male gynae that are there, it's important we address these things. Whether the person is having sex, whether they are pregnant, whether they are not. Your job is to, you know, provide service and to extend grace and to be empathetic. You don't have to tell them, oh yeah, open your legs. No, they're not your friends. They're not your friend. They're not your friend. You can make them comfortable, but you don't. There's some things like this is why boundaries is important. You know, and there are things that you don't tell people. You know, because you don't know if that person got pregnant from rape. You don't know if they like that, the fact that they're pregnant. You don't know if they are at the dark place. So you telling them that might change the whole thing.
That's true.
They might go and say, even the doctor is judging me. Or I'm a bad person, you know, stuff like that. So it's very important for healthcare workers to know how they address their patients, especially gynecologists. Because most women prefer female gynecologists because of these things, this kind of statements, you know. It's the same as most young people prefer like going to the pharmacy, buying contraceptives rather than going to the hospital, you know, to be guided because they are afraid to be judged. So the moment you sign that you're going to be like a health practitioner, you have to know what to tell your patients. You have to know where to stop. Do not cross boundaries unless, even if you guys are friends, once you're in the four corners of the hospital,
that's true.
do not cross boundaries.
Speaking of contraceptives does mess up your cycle, you know.
Oh, for sure. Especially the hormonal ones. For sure.
That shit would throw it off. Or it would be allowing you to be bleeding like tap
for months on end.
I have a question.
Also with contraceptives too, usually the reason like most people complain like, oh, when I started using this contraceptive, this is what happened, because so many young people and even older people do not go to the hospital to be guided by the doctor or nurse which kind of contraceptives to use.
That makes sense.
They see someone using a contraceptive, they ask you, which one are you using? You tell them, they go and buy it at the pharmacy or they go and do the implementation. Before you take any contraceptive, you need counseling. You know, people don't even know like there's counseling at the hospital when it comes to these things.
Wow.
Yes, they are.
But don't blame them.
In every hospital,
the
you got
hospital,
it.
The society, hospital don't do a good
last
job.
time, don't know about sexual health. I was like, clinics should advocate more, like should voice it out more. Okay, if they have these things, like people don't know. Gambian bi hamut. Dapat Gambian bi munut like de. Gambian bi dang ko wax ne li mung fi. Mu doga dem.
But also,
why ñun
Gambian bi du dee dem lopitaan.
And I have a question.
Go ahead.
When does a person visit a gynecologist?
You say what?
When does a person visit a gynecologist?
Oh, that's what I want to even talk. That's what I was even about to segue into.
The reason why I ask is because, man, suma bopa, I love myself. the more I admire some about to an extent, I look at myself like every time, now and then. So I say any changes, I feel worried. Yes. So yo as a woman, yo agji num sensitive. Yo nga wara talk. You know something is wrong with you, and you are waiting.
Yeah.
You know, I used to want to add, especially after Mars came last time here, and he said some people, the vagina will be oozing. I'm like, as a woman, okay, just tell an example. Like, all of us have encountered yeast. We know what is yeast.
Yeah.
We know how uncomfortable that
Yeah.
shit.
So that is
Yeah.
on.
So
Yeah, very uncomfortable.
I'm chronic yeast. You
Like today, Nika Sibo have a thing.
Wow.
How do you call thing in English?
Lice.
You like some women. Hygiene is very important. Some women will have
don't
lice.
even
in
say
their
it.
vagina.
Oh my God.
I swear.
Yeah.
to God.
No. There's pubic. There's something called pubic lice.
They'll go to labor and they will ask them
Yeah.
to go and remove the hair first.
It's called
Because
crabs.
that is lice.
Crabs. It's called crabs.
You will see it
Google it.
walking like
Lika.
this.
You
Google
say?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, then I just
There's
made
lice it's for pubic hair. Yeah. It's called crabs. Google it. You see it.
Hey.
It's called crabs.
But one thing I wanted to touch on.
Wait, I want to know.
Go ahead.
The fact that the lice is on your hair, you are scratching. You are scratching that there. You never realize you
Don't you see
there.
some people
scratching.
brack brack?
And maybe like, So let me tell you something.
Yeah.
There's something.
No, there is. I learned about it. I read about it.
Do you know, like, it's a privilege.
I'm having goosebumps.
It's a privilege
Swear to
for
God.
us. It's a privilege for us to know all of these things.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's some women that think like hygiene is all about taking shower and that's it.
No, don't even worry.
No, some women,
we're-
hygiene is just like
Yeah.
the upper body.
So the average woman, not us, like we're educated, we went
Yeah.
to school,
Yeah.
we Google things, we learn about things, we
Yeah.
learn from each other,
Yeah.
But there are women that don't have that privilege. There's some girls that they just see themselves being girls. They were supposed to be women, in fact.
Yeah.
The average Gambian woman maybe somewhere out there. So all they know, they don't even know like, okay, these are hair, like I should remove my pubic hair or stuff like that. They don't know those things.
Yeah.
And they just going to use like, let's say when during their period, they're just going to use like the cloth rags, know.
Yeah.
So they just wash it and then put it back. They don't know they should remove this hair, and nobody taught them those things.
Yeah.
So for those women, when they come to labor, it's very obvious you will see those things, And like, it's not even to blame because they wouldn't even know. Maybe you and me will sit down and say like, oh my God, kitilim na de. But for them, they said,
It's normal.
Yeah.
because ñu ngi sangu, hanga, ñu ngi raxas lool ak saabu. Maybe when they see the things that ninja sabu, but the has wash inside the vulva with the soap because they will think that will wash it away whilst they, that is disturbing their pH, of the pH of the vagina.
Yeah.
So it all has to do with like privilege. Not every woman knows how to take care of themselves, and that is why when we are doing this advocacy in my organization, when we are going this advocacy, we bring in out of school children, out of school girls. We bring them in because we are the one that should tell them. Because if we only bring in the school students, the out of school girls are there and they're also young. Who's going to tell them these things? Nobody. So and most of the time our advocacy is mostly students when it comes to other issues. So the out of school people who are going to teach them these things, we're privileged. We went through school system. We live in the greater Banjul area. We have parents that will teach us these things, or we have access to internet to read about these things and find out about these things. You see something on your body, you go to ChatGPT, you're not even sure, you go to Google, but because the reason you are doing all of this is because you are aware of your body. But like there's this myth around something that jigin dafa anda I'm sorted.
Wow.
People believe like a woman should have such
when I was younger, I used to hear that. But
sorry.
Come then la day when so jale no he was in tour. I'm such it. I heard that as a kid.
No, you go to the rural Gambia. Some
That's
women will
crazy.
To the point, but
I'm
Tambo,
just,
Sumadan dem Marse.
That's
Sumadan dem
crazy.
Marse. I started going to the market very, very young. In an apple house, you're going to go to the market very early.
Top Washington.
So I say Washington, see you.
Not now.
Yeah, Gerald, the mama weary. Why I ain't crossing that shit. Because I've come across it. Like I came across it, and then one time I told one of my grandma, not my other grandma doesn't. She's like, you have such a. I didn't know the English word, but when I went to the hospital, they did give me meds for it. But they didn't. They were not talking to me. They were talking to my sister that I went with. So go come on, go what experience.
What is the English name for swatchet?
Yeast.
Okay, let me say something. At the start of my period, I talk about how I started my period and people didn't know about it. So when I started my period, I faced like medical bias, like at the hospital, like
Not surprised.
So at some point, my mom noticed I was seeing my period, and she called me and said like, "Okay, you're on your period. If a man touch you, you're going to get pregnant. Even if a boy come close to you, like, my mom is manika hanike okatatela." So me in my class, there are boys, and like from the start of my period, I've been having irregular periods because I am very anemic. I started my period, and it comes the first month it was okay, second month it was that month my period disappeared. Where did you go to? I did not know. So because I'm in the class with boys, now I'm afraid. I don't know who to tell. But I know one thing they told me, like Banjul, Funeka dafa close Aklapetan. Me, I used to live in Tobacco Road. And ticket was not expensive, to see a doctor.
Yeah.
So I went to the hospital, I went and like I was wearing my uniform because I, take an excuse from school and went to the hospital. When I went to the Mrs. Banner, the home science teacher, and told her like my parents, like go to the hospital, straight up. So I went to the hospital because I was wearing uniform. So they said like, no, skip the line, come. And I went and said like, and the nurse or whatsoever, but he was wearing a white uniform because sometimes. Usually it's the doctor. Yeah. At the consultation, like he was consulting me. I said like, Lula Jot.
Hey.
Yeah. And he's guy. I was like, small period be nyod. And he gave me something. I'm the 7 finger nyod leg in
Lord.
So period be nyod. Luta nyod. I'm the 7 feet. Like I am confused. I'm new to all of these things, So I went and then I came back and I gave him that. And after some time, he called me and said like, the major person more feed birulo.
Hi.
Dara jotut la. Danga dem school. Bugulo dem jahanga rek. I was confused. I was like, okay, I'm not pregnant. My period is not here. So what is wrong with me? So, through my period, like when I started my period, my mom gave me something like musuram la jil muhotiko. Milama, this is what you're going to use to sustain your flow. So, tafejilon bu, mutako kosmandigabi. So, like, more so, lama wahne, come like when you're seeing your period, you have to fold them. So, ko fold it. Ngajil ko, ngadugal. Wapare ngajilar, bene morso. Ngadef ko se ngadugal ko fi, come Gambia. So, for me.
What?
Yeah. So, like, when my mom said that.
What?
It's the way the mom was demonstrating.
So, like, why you slowly not?
What?
Guess what? That was not my first time bleeding. That was like my thing, the 4th month.
Yeah.
After Ramadan, so in fact.
Yeah.
Kena most may I still notice now because bleeding na 3 months. So all 3 months when I don't use. I was using my school socks. Yes, I was using socks. I was using toilet roll in the toilet. I was stealing pads from my cousins,
Oh my God.
and I don't want them to know.
Yeah.
But all of this because nobody talks about period at home.
No, they
And I
don't.
was shy to talk about it, and And also when they realized that I've seen my period and they were like, small come somo yoni samala langanelan, ligi konka am go wen ma am wen yaa ngi gis deret maa ngi gis deret nga foog ne suma morom la. So those kind of I'm like
I hate
crazy.
that stuff.
these are kind of things
don't
why
like
I have been keeping this thing for myself because how are they related? Like
Yeah, you don't-
stuff
you
like
don't.
so you're trying to humble me, stuff like that.
That's
So all of these things, the discriminations, around period, which is why people keep quiet about it. But the medical bias also, because I went to the hospital. Meanwhile, because I was using unhygienic material, I'll go to
I
the
guess that's why.
tailor. At one time, the tailor was like, Fateemah, you're dealing a legend. Bis bum sorte. Every time you come in here, the boost masagari, like, I was like, okay, I'm not going to the tailor anymore.
Oh
now,
my
my
gosh.
focus is what? If people wash their clothes, you wear singiri, si bumbe. I'll wait until people go to bed. I'll come and just hitch a bed and musur. And I'll go and cut it like my mom said. Because I hate food. So my mom said, Danga food nga wear. Me, if I fold this thing, the blood is still stained. Where would I wear
Where
this?
would
And
you
people
wear
will
it?
see it and
See
say
it,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Man, that
she's
food
bleeding.
thing, I came across it in Brikama.
An extended family at home. So me, the moment I listen, I muko direct moduga ko simbus rek sani ko simbir balit be. So now, suma yaay wax na ma mom lolu la mo use because amul xaliss pour dem ma jëna pat all the time. And she was right. My mom was a housewife. She was not okay. Just doing small business. So, me, what I was doing is, I was stealing people's hair tie, the hot, and the next
Jesu.
morning they would keep asking,
And you're sitting there like, in fact, you want to help them look for it. If you have it in your
So now you are telling your people that send muso you
The thing is, when I started, like,
mercy.
this is not the first time, I've been talking about this because for me, I've been doing this work for like so many years. And like, people have been asking me why I went into period advocacy and stuff
Because
like
of
that.
what you went
Yeah,
through.
what you
So
went
I
through.
always explain my experience and they know this. So they've been listening to this and now it's all to them. But like the first time,
But-
because usually, with this family and stuff like that, they get so worried. I can remember one time I stole my auntie's mabajan musurambe and she woke
Ba
up.
fogo nga ko liggéey.
Thank you.
No, it's true. That's loolu la neka ay dara
I like
ay
whenever I'm bohong mate, like no
Woy yow ko ñaan sama papa bi woy yow ko ñaan sama papa bi.
Mas musor bi ko yobu deni mako bala as mo po bangé touch.
Speaking of that, sir, about like the unhygienic practices, what I would say, especially if you guys want to use tampons like this, before you start, even on this, especially if you buy this brand, there's a instruction manual. First thing it says, wash your hand before you do anything in this life. Wash your hand, Wash your hand with clean water, and also on top of that, especially if you're wearing the tampons, the pads, whatever, make sure you're also changing your underwear and using breathable underwear. Cotton. And then also on top of that, we're also gonna go into the overall hygiene. But before we get into that, I wanted to also say, for us that are experiencing our periods, there's certain types of disorder. I don't know about what I can use to thingy, but I would say for some of us, it's not just periods. Some people are going through like PCOS.
Yeah. I had that thing.
Endometriosis.
What's it called? Polycystic ovaries.
Yeah. That.
I had that for
and
a couple
then
of
some
years.
people have fibroids. And then some people suffer from PMDD. PMDD is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And this is like PMS, but like times 10. This is extreme mood swings. PMS is like, PMDD is up there. I'm talking about even suicidal ideations and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, PMDD, I struggle with it a little bit, especially right before my period.
Yeah.
It's actually like insane. Like when I knew something was up, I think it was in the recent years, it was like, these thoughts I'm having, they're not safe for myself. I think it was after I got off my period, that's when I realized like, something, And then that's when I did like the research and stuff like that. So I would say, y'all, if your period is about to start and for example, you're having suicidal ideations or things of harm and extreme, you know what I'm saying? Then it's not just PMS, you know what I'm saying?
Me personally,
At what point in a woman's life would you say like you're free from all of this?
You're never free.
no.
If it's not
Me, at some point I said it.
Yes.
When I had PCOS, polycystic ovaries, your period doesn't come.
Yeah, PCOS, you have irregular periods, you have acne, excess
Before
hair,
I knew
all of that
that
stuff.
I had PCOS, I used to celebrate on that shit. Man, was no period with your hammer. Let me explain. Like I used to back up about that shit.
Yeah.
Man, there was a time I used to tell you, man, was no period with your like my period used to come. My period would come once a year, maximum, twice a year. So
something's sharp.
for me, it was a win-win. Like, oh, Papa God, thank you. You have given me something. I have collected it all. Now I don't come. Ben a packet pad. Last one.
So is it normal now?
It was now it's normal because I had to go for a whole. I had to go.
You have to go for treatment
through a
and
whole year of hormonal treatment. Like I had to
But
balance.
how will
my
you test it?
hormones.
Like I have had so many experience from women that
The testing is
it took them like a while, like long time.
no man. The testing for me to be diagnosed, it took them like 6 months. It took them like a whole 6 months to be able, because then
That was quick.
Yeah, since you have different, there's different
upon
diagnosis. It depends on your
Some-
blood levels
like
and
I
things
was
like that.
saying that it took them like 3, 4, 5 years to be tested,
Man,
to be diagnosed.
Man, jele won nasi. No, I'm talking about the before I went to the doctor. It took me like 2 or 3 years because I was like, I'm good.
She was okay with that.
I was okay with it. Like, and then I'm like, I'll be like, peace out. I go, person when they see period, no go get pregnant.
Yeah.
So me, I was like, whoo, win-win. But
Also-
afterwards, come Mangi Mac, and then come.
You knew something was up.
I knew something was up.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like we see when it's time for my period, I would feel my boobs. I would feel my whole system. I would know that on a regular.
coming, yeah.
Today my period is supposed to come.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing my period. So okay, man getting educated, man getting exposed. So now I'm worried because okay, everybody's seeing their period. Why am I not seeing
Yeah.
my
I
period?
feel like sometimes you feel
Am I
left out. You're
pregnant?
You
like,
feel left out.
what's
yeah.
going on?
But no, I cannot
Yeah.
be pregnant because I haven't seen my period. So so after I went to the hospital, started doing tests and tests. At some point, they even thought I had fibroid. I did a whole scan and everything. They measured my ovaries. They inserted every single thing they can insert to check. They did that shit. But after, I'm not to a point. So I got injected right on my tummy, like right there. First one tested gene, but after when I got diagnosed, then it was PCOS. I had to be on some hella meds.
Yeah. Also, because it can affect your fertility as well.
You know,
So
metformin for diabetes. Yeah, there's some point where the ALS PCOS.
When like you have to drink it to go down. I mean,
balance,
it's
balance, cellulite. So
Yeah.
me, after I used to say, hey, you know how I was young and then sport on Agile. I used to say, my male hormones were not more than my
not taking
female.
no,
over.
Yeah, because-
stuff like that happens.
So after like I checked, my male hormones were a bit.
Yeah, because you were doing a lot of training,
was
so the
doing a lot of
testosterone was
sports. So my
testosterone.
testosterone were testosterone. So
Yeah, no, that
I
makes
had
sense.
More than hit some about hell. You see, like even with the weight, belly,
Yeah.
I was big.
Yeah.
And then boom, I'm small.
Oh yeah.
Lolium is PCOS. So
Yeah.
Yeah, PCOS does that.
it does
You know, so many women in Gambia have like, this is why when people start shaming, saying like women should go to the gym, lose their belly fat and stuff.
It's not
like
that easy, especially with
Sometimes I'm not
PCOS.
like, do you guys know that so many women are undiagnosed, but they have PCOS?
They have PCOS.
Yes.
You know, and they living with it, you know, because no matter how much you go to the gym without, you know, training and without medication or without you being diagnosed and helped by a medical personnel, that stomach will never go down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You keep bloating, you keep getting big and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with training. Yeah, exercise is important because when you're going through treatment, they advise you to exercise too.
Yeah.
But just exercising wouldn't change anything without being on
and
proper
exercise is
medication.
not over exercise. You don't
Yeah.
overdo it.
They
it.
ask
That's
you
true.
to walk.
That's true.
Them
You know.
non-hormonal meds are bit more fit than them. They go because when you're drinking the meds, you can see what the changes is doing in your body. Munga el taste when you doof. It like move saggy on. Bro, while I'm el, you can actually see the veins on my boobs.
Oh, wow.
Like standing, popping out. Bro.
That's crazy.
That's why I say if men should really, really understand what happens to the female body, they would lose
And
it.
you know, that itself goes with like, because
What I am very
Educating
attentive
them?
to
with
my body.
no, it goes with so much stress, like mental health problem.
Yeah.
Because if you're not careful, that itself it can lead you to depression.
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine waking up one day seeing your breast big. The other time you get confused.
Then
You're
what
questioning
is
yourself.
dysmorphia?
Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Or am I doing the wrong
says
thing?
I was not
You know,
depressed?
you kind of need like and around that time you need like social support or living therapy. You know, if not, they are confused, they are deaf, or you will quit. Because so many people will start the treatment and they will quit. It's not easy.
No, me, I wanted to quit. I really, really wanted
Yeah,
to.
because you will want
But
to.
when I always think of like, okay, I still want a baby.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have a baby again. So I'm like, more than come after come right now, man. Get up like a bang. Unga ma ping. pengu na ko jël waaye naan garab ak dee laa emale. Comme I used to drink meds like every couple of hours.
Yeah.
Dangay naan di keep up.
PCOS is not easy like that.
Honestly, if I didn't have that mentality of I want to have a baby.
Yeah,
Like I gotta do this because I want to have a baby. I have to do it. Duma ko doon jekkali because
Yeah.
munu ma ko loolu
Comme fibroid bit tamit.
Yeah, fibroids. Yeah,
Right,
fibroids are
that's-
non-cancerous growths that cause heavy bleeding and
Yeah, one of
anemia.
my friends had it. Shit. Bleeding non-stop. Throughout the year, all year round.
That's crazy.
I know
January to
sometimes,
December,
like,
December to
fibroids when they
January.
operate it, sometimes I guess come again and I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
my mom
it's
had
very
fibroid
big.
then.
You be
Fibroids
like,
is-
when I
how
say
is
heavy
this person
bleeding,
making
it's like
this?
a glow. It's
Yeah.
like a growing
It's like
worm
a-
that
No,
wraps around your.
When I say heavy bleeding,
ovaries.
yeah, at some point, you're tired.
Because you're taking all
You are
that
anemic
blood.
because you're constantly bleeding.
Bleeding, yep.
Super jalang because obviously it's like what's going
You
on.
feel
Yeah.
lightheaded.
You know,
Yeah.
No, you're walking and then you all of a sudden minute more push.
at some
You
point,
have to
as
stand and
party, this
know,
part
they
can't
don't
really
do
do anything,
anything,
so
yeah.
you would have to move to something
Something
heavier. It's either
heavier.
ngay dog sagar or nga dem jël yooyu
The,
noonu.
the adult diapers.
Adult diapers like suma xarit daan teglante paandoog ko dee lal comme ku dee spread affaire si ko teg technique pare door a sol like you literally dama ko daan mujjee I think at some point she's
Crazy.
like I need to go to the hospital only for her to go mu find out that I'm fibroid.
Yeah.
The same thing as my mom. My
But
mom used to
I don't know
bleed
if
a
y'all
lot.
know anybody that
Like,
has
a lot.
endometriosis.
Endometriosis.
That's like painful periods due to tissue growth outside the uterus.
uterus.
Oh, wow.
But before we go into like the
That's
all
like
the
ectopic pregnancy.
You know,
Endometriosis,
endometriosis
yeah.
is so common.
Yeah.
It went to an extent. I think there's a month dedicated to it to do endometriosis awareness.
Yeah,
Because
for
it's
sure.
so common, like among women.
yeah,
And
but they won't know because I feel like with how we always associate like periods with pain, it's like it doesn't matter.
That's period pain.
It's just
if you
period
look
pain.
at it, all
That's what
of
they're
these
going to
things,
do.
PCOS and endometriosis and all of that, they have one thing in common: irregular periods,
Irregular periods, yeah.
and heavy bleeding.
Yeah. If any of you are watching or listening, you
So if you
have
have-
heavy period, irregular, I think you need to go to the gynecologist and
Regular
get that checked.
periods,
Yeah.
heavy bleeding, and also extreme period pains that make like some extreme period pains that makes it impossible for you to even leave your bed. Sometimes you have this kind of period pains, you gotta even leave your bed.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
yeah. So those kind of things you really need to go and
Get it checked out. For
obviously
sure.
like like what is normal and what is not normal. So as a person, like sometimes this I've never been like in this
Yeah,
much
this cycle
pain.
is a little bit
so,
different.
yeah, it's
you know?
different.
Yeah.
And like the flow that are out of the regular
Out of-
law
yeah.
have the more water
Yeah,
load. Please,
exactly.
you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And also most of the time when you go to the hospital, be clear, insist on
Advocate
what
for
is what.
yourself.
Yeah. Tell them like raise your concern because most of the time if you just go and tell them my period was painful, they will just write for you come over the counter painkillers, they go
Paracetamol
home.
or
So
something.
you have to insist on
Yeah.
like this type of pain I've never experienced it and stuff like that, or I would like to go do tests and stuff like that. Because it's important. The earlier you detect it,
They're better. They're better. That's
Yeah.
true.
And I feel like we just on a regular need to go be tested. Just
That's
be
everything.
sure.
And us here, we advocate for that. Go and get checked.
yeah.
Go get checked.
You
for
go
me,
and get checked.
I am
Yeah.
all about people going to the hospital and check.
Yeah.
But wallahi, if you go to the hospital and check, you see a bopper, you feel discouraged. Because this hospital didn't be like, our health system, I'm sorry to say, we have like
We have a lot to
medical
do.
personnel that are very kind.
Yeah.
They know their job and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But the health system itself is trash. I'm sorry to say.
Very.
We have we have good doctors, we have good nurses, but the system, we need to fix that.
It incorporates you at the end of the day. Even if you're a good person.
Yeah.
And I
we
feel
have to
that
fix that.
it's a cycle.
Because sometimes you even go to like one time I went to the hospital and then like I was going back and forth like to do some tests and stuff like that. And at some point like the doctor was itself like madame malako na nyere ko kunyo dila nyikara toga malako le hewmile man dama noki ba pare nik dama sona dama bëgg a give up ma xalaat la yow mi nga xam ne yaa feebar yaa ngay def jaabante bi moo tax ma leen tooga because like he's already frustrated you know you want to do your job but lu la war a support nekku fa you know cause yaa ngi dem place sax pour foofu noonu yaa fa war a am test ñu ne la kooku noonu nekkul di liggéey tey dafa off dafa off keneen nekku fa pour replace ko
at least
xam ne kooku noonu waaye comme like lopitaan dafa nekk loo xam ne for nit nekkut rek like when someone is not working today somebody else must replace them on that day
You have shifts. You're supposed
you know
So
it should be shift.
yours was worse because the person is off, right?
Yeah.
I went to do some tests because I was planning the more on a tuki, something like that, for something. So I was requested to do hepatitis B and C test with tuberculosis.
Yeah.
I went, I bought the ticket, paid for it. I went to stay and wait. Madam Fenenfi, si lab bi ñu ne ma du foofu is the other part.
They're like nearline ba nga aga. You
I
went. The
went.
queue.
Ana ko fi responsible ñu ne ma dafa dem ndeewu.
Yeah.
Loolu laa gën a bañ.
I sat. Me.
Na 10 hours yaa ngi fa.
I nearly cried.
Ndeysaan.
Because I had a deadline. I was supposed to submit that result the next day. Then ma ko sent teg. You know, I should do the test tomorrow and submit it the next day. If I didn't do the test that day,
You could lose everything.
there was no
Dang.
possibility I would be able to submit that.
That's crazy.
mu ngi noonu bu ñu doon wóor Covid test rek ko ñëpp si.
Try.
waaye li ko dem voyage woon ñu voyage bi fàtte ne dañ war a ñëpp si léegi waxtu ñëpp si jot ñaan ñu Covid test. fi dëkk jàmbur war a nekk ñu wóor Covid test. 2 days foog naa ñu ngi wóor Covid test. So demee fii la leen no go over there. Here they don't do it, they do it for us, the citizens. Go over there.
That's crazy.
I think.
People were second class person.
No, but man personally, loolu moo tax ma bàyyi di dem government hospital. You understand? Because man, suma tour number 1, ko dégg rek ma def ne ñàkk la. Number 1. It was when I was in Brikama because I was in the convent.
But who lives in Birkama?
I was in the
I'm
convent.
weak. But anyways, before we get
Yeah.
into the hygiene part, the overall hygiene, I had a
Yeah.
few questions to ask you. So, you could tell the audience a little bit. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself? And well, obviously you told us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
But what inspired you to start this pad drive?
Okay, so like aside from the stigma and discrimination I went through, because of period. Oh, did I say like I went through discrimination? Like one time I was in school and then I had this pad, like it was sort of like an illegal drug inside my hoodie to just go and change it. And the
Oh my
pad dropped and
God.
everybody in the class was laughing, the Rajai duty and stuff like that.
God.
So because of that, I picked the pad. I went and changed and I did not go back to the class. I asked my friend to bring my bag and then I went home. So let's
my
say like
gosh.
for that week, I did not go to school. People maybe were minding their business in school. But me, for every second I'm alone, I'm like, I know
Yeah.
this time they're talking about me. And then what is bad about this stigma and discrimination is like, I went back to school and even people are not talking about me. Maybe you guys could be talking about anything. And I look at you and it's like, these people are talking about me. But at some point, what I was like, this is so normal. This is natural. So
Yeah.
why is it like, why is there so much shame when it comes to period? So for me, when like in 2017, I guess, 2017, I started talking about my period because I did not want people to go through what I went through. So I started to talk about period in my house.
Yeah.
People were not even paying attention to me. They were like, "Danga buga nyaka jam leg" and stuff like
Oh
that.
my
But
God.
it was something I put my mind
That's
to. Yeah.
crazy.
So like I started asking other, young people and even my classmates, how they were dealing with their periods, whether they were going through the same thing I was going through. For some they were telling me like their parents are supportive, they buy them pads. Some were telling me like their daddies were buying them pads. And others were telling me they were doing the same thing I'm doing, stealing toilet rolls and, using their socks and all of that.
No.
So that was when I said like, okay, I'm going to put a change to this, but like, so when I said that and I traveled to Ghana, I did not do it. I traveled to Ghana. Then when I went to Ghana and we were having this, because I've already had it, we're having this group work, and I led my own group work, and they said like you should have a project, and my project was like, because I have been having this idea to do a pad drive and stuff like that, a pad bank. So I bring the idea, and with my group members, because they were mostly older than me, and when we started having like the discussion around it, and the women there started to encourage me that I should start it and all of that.
I love that.
So the moment I came back to Gambia, I did not rest. This following day, I typed a message on my WhatsApp, and I told everybody that I'm looking for donation, to do a pad drive around my community. Because already when I came and I did not even rest, I started calling the girls. That moment, like when you have a new idea and you're eager to even implement it. So like I called the younger girls and I was like, how are you guys? They were so shy. They do not want to talk about it. I'm like, exactly, this is the problem I want to fix. The fact that girls are not talking about their periods is what I want to fix. So what I did was I always bring in girls and I insist on having this conversation with them. So I started pushing on the agenda of having pad drive. They wouldn't talk, but I start giving them example of what I went through, and eventually they start getting comfortable after like a third meeting, and they started talking about their period. And then some started to come to me and tell me like they're having their period pads, but they're being also harassed and exploited by men, like in their family, they're being harassed. And some will tell me like, man, do sanga moma de joh part why daf ma de wakul mulifinang man tidaman and stuff. So this were scary. Yeah, this were scary. And I started to
Excuse me?
Yes. So that's a common thing, know.
People rephrase that part. Like
I think my brain short
I need you to
circuited.
come closer, and I need to hear it for myself.
So like, to tell you the truth is period poverty expose people, young girls, to sexual harassment and rape.
I've never.
What be wrong with you, man, bro?
Never come across the word period poverty, and as a woman, I feel ashamed that is at my 28 years of age that I'm learning that there's something called period poverty.
Yeah, there's a thing called period poverty,
is
and
wrong
it's
with
very
people?
dangerous. So like, if you follow social media, I think there's part of like message
What's
where
the
people
name of
was
your social media?
Fateemah's Pad Drive. You will see where people would tell you like they've been raped because they couldn't afford period. So these were young girls coming to me telling me like, "You sang a mama de job part where madam jiluko kiram madame mu def mali and stuff like that." Because they wouldn't tell you directly the malajinal part matidayo. But part bring la job more data gain you entitled that okay, this body belongs to me. So they're giving you the part, they're making you
My
comfortable.
body belongs to you because of you are giving me.
Give me pad.
So the thing
let
is,
me
when it
lick
comes
in
to
peace.
young girls, those people, young girls are very vulnerable and naive.
Yeah, right.
The fact that you're not just going to tell them. Honestly, men are like older men are going to be very manipulative. They're not just going to tell you, "Oh, I'm going to give you part for you can take it," and stuff like that. You will believe that they're genuinely giving you the part. If they give you the part today, you take it. The next month they will say, "Come and take it from my house." The third month they will tell you, "Oh, now you're grown," and stuff like that. They not def nga mean land. So the moment got them by mean land, like you def la come like you in your head you will believe na come you are in a relationship with these people. And it's normal. So they will be feeling entitled to your body. And this thing has been going on for years. Young girls have been exploited and like because of period poverty.
Like, okay.
So in 2019,
Crazy.
Can I say something?
yeah, please.
Luma jahale, as a grown man, as grown as you are,
Grown adult.
la whole hale, aknum dawe. What pleasure would you
Y'all are
get?
sick in the
Oh,
head.
okay. I
The other
think we
thing
have to
is-
correct that first.
Okay.
Not
And the
even
other
correct
thing is,
it. Yeah, comment.
You're good. I'm sure you would have kids, or you already have kids. How would you have felt if your child is going through those circumstances?
So yeah, so like to say, first of all, people don't rape or harass people, and sexually abuse people because they want to be desired or to satisfy their sexual pleasure. So rape is not about sexual pleasure. It's not about desire. Rape is about power. and dominance. So right. So when we know that, and we'll know that, like I said, when they give this young girls pad, they feel entitled to their body. It's not about, they want to satisfy their sexual cravings or stuff like that.
They feel like
okay, I'm giving you the part. So
Yeah,
it's just like when people say mbaran bahut because men will take advantage of you. It's because the more they give you, they think like your body belongs to them. And it's very dangerous because as a person, like we see even with older like women, if men are in a relationship with people they're the same age and they feel like they're giving you money all the time, they're not having part of your body, they could eventually rape you or they harm you. Buy la more gina yomba because of like entitlement. So man, the thing is like I feel like parents should start asking their children. Fan nga dee jëlee xaalis si paat.
Oh yeah.
Fan nga dee jëlee xaalis si paat. It's very important. It's a very valid question.
But in the day and age we live in, dogma the parents don't ask.
But I'm gonna ask you,
no,
anything
not
you bring
in
in my
this
house,
day
you're
and
gonna have to
age.
explain yourself. Because
Not
tell
in
me
this day and
$50.
age.
$50 is pad right now because pad is like 75.
No, for me, mom, honestly.
Let's talk about the expensive phone the daughter is bringing to the house.
Kumbo no samuna what an expensive phone be not everybody is using that, or maybe but with the part every month as a parent every month your child is bleeding.
For me,
right? It's very natural every month.
It should be the parents.
So sometimes it's either students like they using their lunch for pads. Imagine you're giving your child lunch pour mu dem school mi jël xaalis bi lekk mu ko jënca pour su weer bi dee mu jëna pad. That is very unfair. Number 2, moo nekk su defutee loolu fan la nekk di jëlee xaalis. Pad is expensive. The cheapest is 65, I guess, which is Bella. So bu fekkee ne kooku noonu heavy bleeder la su nekkutee heavy bleeder sa benn pad du ko doy. Bu fekkee ne sa doom daf la wax ne benn pad moo ko nekk di doy then meaning ne comme nekkut di bleed comme light bleeder la
benn pad boobu from morning.
Because when a packet pad ñaata moo fa dee nekk I think it's like 10 or 8
depending on how.
It's not honestly
about the cheap
this is
ones.
not even cheap. This
I'm talking about the cheap ones.
The cheap ones, mom, is 10.
It's 10.
10 or 8.
No fa nekk wala 8. So
and that's only like
it's
that's
very
2 days
important.
basically.
Yeah, you like the the question
I swear.
they're very valid. Because bu fekkee ne kooku noonu mu ngi use loolu. Because I call these girls and I'm asking them questions and I realized that they're using the same method I was using. Some of them are using socks. And dafa am ni comme like ñun ñëpp dañ dee dem read si benn script. You will think like dafa am fu ñu jàngee loolu. No, but it automatically comes to their head that okay, these socks can sustain the flow. Because at that point, you think period is a shame. The only thing you don't want Monica punga stain. You don't want to stain. So anything, any alternative punga keep come from now. So we're using we're using our socks, and I realized that these young girls, some of them were using socks, others were using racks and all of those stuff. To sustain their flow.
Yeah.
So long the fajur infection because I went through it. I went to the hospital and I faced medical bias, whereas they did not even give me the chance to go and test for infection. Luñ ma def moo nekk comme ñu la mën a comme biiru loo rek damay jël paracetamol nga dem.
Nga explain sa bopp la jox chance pour explain.
Dañ la ko dee jox. No, because man sa lan lay explain. Man at that point I was confused how ma lan moo ma jot. Yeah, I did not know what was happening.
But hanga, it's just good to just hear from the person. Ne ko comme li xew. Hanga, then maybe from maybe nga make us just exactly.
Exactly.
Make a
dialogue.
Most people are judgmental.
Very
So for
judgmental.
me,
I feel like so see health sector judgment. I feel just put a judge as a judge.
They need to be trained
And which is
for
why
that.
I said like me, when it comes to period, everything I learn about period, I learn on my own. I wouldn't say I learn from school because the school they were just telling you them basic things.
Like the
So
biology.
it's me that went through the internet, do my research and stuff like that. Ask questions and make sure that like I got the fact that. But fortunately for me, the second time I went to the hospital, I met a young nurse, woman, and like she was taking care of me like her own sister, and we're still friends, So like sometimes I see her and I'll tell her like because she's so proud of me. Sometimes we say like like when you were coming here and you were in grade 8, I was this size. because she's still the same person, the same height, the same size, same body, you know. So she was like, you know, like I can be your auntie. And she's my auntie, so definitely, because
Yeah.
but like this is the woman that took me to different places and said like, Tegal Maki, definitely, you know, took care of me. And like the Mokodan this stop up the text to collect questions, you know. This could have been like silly questions, you know, to her, but they were important to me. So the Madan Diklu, the Madan explainer, the share links with me to go and read and understand. And that was how I understand my period.
That's what you needed from the initial.
Yeah, she was my safe space. She was my safe space. And you know, the moment I started Fateemah's Path Drive and I went to her, the first thing she said like, you can do this because you learn through experience and you will have patience to do it. And she like wished me luck. And sometimes when I'm confused about things and I text her, she explained them to me. So I mean, if we have all of these people like that in different hospitals, things would be different.
Better.
People will go to the hospital. But if we have like people like the first man I met, this is like, Langa buga lula jot. Dama tiit. Melo ko suma period bi ñëwut. Sa period bi ñëw lo def am rek. Dama nga semaine fi nga indi ko.
But honestly, as someone that is used to going to the hospital, I swear to God, as a female, if you go and then they ask you the last time your period
But
came,
the first thing, that's usually
they be giving you cups.
Also,
There
why
was
you
one that Emma did. I'm like, sir, trust me, I'm not pregnant. Do another test. Do an infection test. But
Do
I'm
something
not
else.
pregnant. Because at that point, I wasn't doing me and God know that I was worried about life's problem that to be jumping up and down on someone. So you cannot tell me that it's where it's after I understood. Okay, they take their urine. They can also do UTI and all of that.
Yeah.
But man, one doctor, man, can be like don't give me the cup. Mood bisa.
Yeah.
For the time of my PCS has just started bugging me. So I had so much anger issues because my hormones were all over the place.
But I want to bang a health of it. I feel like so naked teen. There's this man. I just feel like Nedama experience lulubari. Then musmodi melopita. I feel like the first question they'll ask you after all you have said.
You're asking me, I pray that. When
When was the last time you saw your period? That's the first thing.
That is still happening though.
Yeah.
That
still
line
happening.
was so common in my ears that I have to make
some
sure
time
I know
ago-
my period.
There's a
No,
reason
yeah,
for
but
that.
Last time
Musa,
before I
I went
go
to the
back.
hospital. I think this lady, she's my age mate. For them on Silapatan, I think she felt some type of way, so we them on check up. So the first thing that the person was like, go and do a pregnancy test. So that pissed her off, and she started like retaliating. Nakala finit di ñëwé ngeen ne ko wax the first thing after everything the person talks about you ngeen ko ne pregnancy test. Xana ku nekk fi rek ku ñëw fi rek dafa pregnant. She was really pissed and come at some point everybody that was seated in the row come ñëpp ñu ko doon back because they do that a lot and it's really wrong.
It's wrong.
Because okay, nekku ku feebar rek is pregnant. Nañu waxante dëgg nit moom mun na moo feebar moom musuñ boppam because yaram bi it shuts down at the end of the day.
Especially with the
sometimes.
hormones.
So
I feel like with right now, I'm going to make a pregnancy test. You think I'm really gonna go all the way to the hospital?
Hospital,
Just
check
do a
it out,
pregnancy test. I could just enter pharmacy
Yeah.
and do it myself.
Exactly.
So small new way see lopitan, especially do they dem lopitan all of a sudden gana bopa. You know what? Let me just
Let
go to
me
the
go,
hospital.
something's
Please
up.
listen to your patients.
Exactly.
Degluko. Not the first
Exactly.
person is first question. Well, I think kind of second period be or are you sexually active? You think that's all? Do we have
Man,
to do
Bob.
in life?
Man, someone
Exactly.
I sexual. Yes, sir. I am.
Now
Is there
what's up?
something wrong? What's up?
I don't understand. Like, you know, you talk to me. Like, I feel like there's a way and how you ask questions that you
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to just, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
go direct.
Yeah.
But then look at me in the. You think if I didn't see my period, I'll be here? I would have done it myself.
Exactly.
It's easy. But because I'm not test but blood wise, I have to come to the hospital. That's why
exactly,
I'm here.
exactly.
You know, it's just not, especially with jigging, but that's the
I mean, like, I think with everyone, because my friend also went to the hospital. My best friend went to the hospital with, like, her siblings. And, like, in front of her, they were asking her siblings, like, are you sexually active and stuff like that? Are you... And she was like, even if my sister was sexually active, you think she would say yes in front of me?
She wouldn't. She wouldn't. Yeah.
You know?
You're right.
So sometimes they have
You're
to...
right.
I mean, like, you went through 4 years of nursing school, or maybe you went through 7 years or 9 years or 10 years of medical school, you know? So these things, they're basics, some things that you need to know. But I think it's more with the older generation.
Yeah.
The new generation, I think they're learning.
They're learning
You know,
more.
they have,
Yeah.
you know, I feel like they are more empathetic because me, I have like people in the medical field, like doctors and stuff like that I text, and talk to them about and they're very helpful and they're not judgmental at all, because they've seen things like this and they understand things like this. Sometimes they'll tell you, hey, so you you didn't have the help you need. I know it's painful, but you have to wait for a certain day and this doctor blah blah will come and I will help you, link you with that. But okay, let's talk about like the average Gambian that doesn't know anyone at the hospital. Like, okay, someone that doesn't have all of these things, networks and stuff like that. For me, I would sit here and say, okay, it was easy and stuff like that. But someone that does not have all this network, you have to go and queue from, 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 12 a.m. And all of a sudden, the doctor is like, wachana.
He starts walking in at like 11.
Yeah.
Exactly.
In the 12. One ga buga start.
So sometimes it's very hard, it's very painful. So not the system in place. More they discourage you bari pour buñ dem lopitan because da dem lopitan nga sacrifice sa time. So ñene yi dañoo wara dem liggéey bu fekkee ne benn bés lañ la jox pour nga dem lopitan. Nga dem bés boobu gisuloo docteur. Kañ ngay demaat foofu lopitan? Doo demaat because obviously you would doo bëgga risk tamit sa liggéey boo xam ne moo la nekk di jox xaalis booy demee lopitan. So sometimes when we are saying like, okay, go to hospital, them are gonna figure them check up. I think it's also from a place of privilege because you get a network, people that can help.
That's
also.
true.
But the average Gambian doesn't have that. They depend on what? Walk-in.
Walk-in, yeah.
Then them like
especially when it comes to hygiene. I think you have a part on hygiene.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask one more question and then we'll go into like the overall hygiene.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask like, how can we, the public or businesses, organizations, whatever, how can we support your initiative?
Thank you so much. I love that question.
Me personally, even before she said it, you sold me at where you said there's period
poverty.
In my head, I've already said that. I've already calculated how me, Hannah, I want to help you.
So,
in my head,
guys, there's period poverty. Okay, before I go into like saying there's period, what is period poverty? It's very important to say what period poverty is. Period poverty is the lack of access to period products. But it's not only limited to that. Like I said, it's a lack of access to period products, but it's not only limited to that. Because the access to period products, what is that? Like having pads during your period. And menstrual hygiene, education and stuff like that. But like, sometimes the poverty is not just about you not having it. Your parents could have money to buy you period products, but also to have the avenue or to be able to go and tell your parents, hi, I need money to buy period products. Me personally, I have other people at home, not my mom, because my mom made it clear that I am a halisipat. But there were other people in the house that could have simply quickly give me one, like, but I'm one fit be. Like to go and say like, hi, I'm on my period. Can you give me money to buy pads? No. I was even trying to steal my cousin's, pad and stuff like that because that was easier for me than to go and say, hello, can you please buy me pads? So all of that is period poverty. So the stigma and discrimination, it's also what push people to period poverty. So why do we talk about period poverty? Why do we call it period poverty? It's not just me and Afa issues. Because right now I can buy my own pads, I'm working, I can buy few people pads. But still period poverty is a thing. Meaning it's not just it's not an individual problem. It's a collective problem. It's a systematic problem. And it's not like a garment problem, it's a global problem. Because if you look at the Gambia, they tell you like in Gambia, like in the education system, like Upper River region, two out of like 10 girls miss schools every month for 5 days due to period poverty. 2 out of 10. So if you look at that, like it's like they're missing 40 hours every week out of schools. So what does it lead to? It led them to being unproductive. So we talk about school drops out, we talk about early marriage and stuff like that, but we don't usually think about what led to these things because it's usually affecting girls.
That's true.
So when you talk about education thing and stuff like that, people think like, okay, there is girls' education now, people are supporting girls a lot. But if you go to an extent of like grade 12, you see that so many girls are want to just get graduate and, go and get married. Or some people, like some girls in the rural area, from grade 9, they will just drop out. They don't want to continue because like from grade 7, 8, 9, you're missing school lessons, You have to miss schools every 5 days, every month. At the end of the term, during exams, you don't perform well, and you become, you lose productiveness. You're no longer productive, and you're just in school for the sake of being in school. But you're not in school to pass exams or stuff like that. So eventually you get tired. So like grade 9, you drop out. You're exposed, and the moment you drop out, your family, your parents are like, okay, you drop out now. Sala mo neka fi the idol. So peer poverty doesn't just stop girls from going to school. It's expose them to early marriage. That is one problem. The second problem is it opened them to infections, and they don't even know that they have infection. This could lead to it could grow and it could lead to kidney infection or other chronic sickness without them knowing. These are all because of period poverty. Thirdly, these schools, for someone to have to go through their period, then we usually say period dignity. It's not just the availability of pads, but it's the availability of systems in place in school. Period management system, like the toilets, proper toilet facilities to help girls to be able to manage their period in schools. You go to the toilets in school, there is no water. The toilet is nasty. How is someone that is a heavy bleeder? How do you go to change their pad, clean themselves, wrap them, and dispose the pad at the right place, and then wear a change? It's not possible in most schools, unless it's maybe some private school. But like in government school, so girls skip school during their periods because of that. There are no proper facilities. All of these are period poverty. The other thing is the psychological effect, because before your period is coming, you don't have money for pads. You keep thinking about in class at teacher bangeti. You're thinking of your period. Yang talk class a pad bangi first, but you don't want to change it because when you change it, which pad are you going to use again? So yang talk. Yang ha nyep gain. Pull young again. You're feeling so uncomfortable. With even yang and pad. So when I get a period, there's this kind of insecurity. Every time I'm there for my youngest imagine you have got it. So then I guess for some year, sometimes they use pad to the extent that in your hands, because yes, it's just blood. But if you use it for the whole day
and you don't change it, it's gonna.
So period poverty is really a problem. It's a very big problem. It's not like a Gambia problem. It's a systematic problem globally. Everywhere you go. If you have this space with young girls, they tell you about what they face during their period, like the lack of period products, the myths surrounding period. There's so many myths surrounding periods. The fact that and these myths are also dangerous, because I have one girl told me in her house, she took her pads and threw it in the bin. Once imagine a gym part, we lemon ko para san no balit. You do tune balit you get part, but they said they're not going to put in balit again. Wow. So that's because of period myth, that a man should not see that. So the other thing is we involve men in this.
Yep, for sure.
In this.
For sure.
So for me, when they asked me the first time I learned about period discrimination is in my school. When they said, girls stay back, boys go to your classes. That was the first time I learned that, okay, period is a girl issue, it's a discrimination issue. Because if you're saying boys go girls stay, then it means there's a shame attached to it, something we should not talk about. So there were so many things that were telling me do not talk about period. In my house, they were not talking about it. They were sending me to the shop to get parts wrapped in it. The shopkeeper was telling me, okay, this veil is not enough. Wrapal mo ko wasi newspaper. Joh mo ko, marap ko. And you know what's the funny thing? Kumadaan yun sa, anybody's telling me that, pad bi surate. Wala nit mo gis nga wax len malo yun da malari. Suñ ko gisee nga wax ne xamulo ko la yun. So for something like that,
that's crazy to say.
That is even second-hand trauma. Because you're threatening.
Imagine a low hamantene like is normal.
It's normal.
Yeah, you go hide, come. Oh my God.
Honestly, when we first started this period advocacy, I think a few days ago when my best friend, we won an award, you know, Human Rights Award for period. Yes. So when we won the award, and my best friend was saying, like, there was a time we used to go out to do this period advocacy in the society, and people will come, like, tell us, like, say malo man soto, legi gache amut, like, people are not ashamed anymore. Why are you openly talking about something that is private, like something between our legs? We do not accept this kind of advocacy here. Yes, we used to receive backlashes. So for someone that has been in the Greater Banjul area or private school, and not even all in Greater Banjul areas, you will think like period is just something normal. Especially like there's certain homes you belong to where they openly talk about period. Maybe you have like an educated father that will buy you pads, or a mom that will, but it's not the same in all cases. Like there are cases where period poverty is stopping. You know, some people will see their periods and you ask them what's wrong, they'll tell you, small for buy me direct. Small tanka buy me. Them will school house small for buy me. They will never tell you like I'm on my period.
Yeah.
You know, even in school you're telling people, don't do it. Even in a house, like during Ramadan, if someone is not praying, they say, I don't do sangam. At that time, I just started my period advocacy. Then when they come to put you like the it's new Julie Nafilani, pull more than I don't do sangam. When you get spirit, I'm set to recognize you like, hey, people come together to me to say like I'm saying something that is an abomination. So I was like, wow, I said to dim get spirit. I'll repeat it so that the person asking can know. You know, but the moment they tell that person, the kid do sang a little coconut manual attacks, and why period, like the little you know, it's just period. That person that is asking knows it's period. When you're on your period, you don't pray. So why should I lie to them? It's important I tell them it's period.
Exactly.
So usually what they say, like, I don't need to do sang, I'm new. I did it, mom, get it. Didn't Julius ewo? Look, why are you lying? The Julius ewo? Just tell them, like, settle to spirit.
It's normal.
You know, it's normal.
You know.
But yeah, anyways, we're running out of time. So we'll probably do a part 2 to talk about like hygiene in general and stuff. But I would say, well, down there and, you know. But I would say for Fateemah's pad drive, you can donate to them on Wave, 290-4223 or EcoBank, if I'm not mistaken. But you can follow them on Instagram as well to see what they're doing.
I'm not cutting you. But can you do it the way B does it? B to the wall, the way she says her number. Tell me the number, I'll do it.
290.
Tell me the number, what's the number?
290-4223, yeah?
290-4223. Oh my God, bro.
Why would you do that?
I want us to have it on the
What would you do? Anyways,
I want us to have
I want to say, anyways, I want to say thank you.
Support Fateemah's pad drive.
I swear.
Babies,
But
babies, don't forget your support Fateemah's pad drive. Babies, Fateemah, dafa nekk people, hello, you have me.
Please, you're going to bust their eardrums now.
Please continue.
Babies, Fateemah, dafa nekk people, jàng yoo xam ne mënuñoo afford sanitary towels, you understand?
Wow.
So, moom dafi nekk pour advocate, pour ñu may xaalis, pour ñu dimbalew gaay. So, babies, dama bëgg ñu jàppalante loxo parce que xam ngeen paad num seere. Fateemah dafa bëgg nag jàppale xale yoo xam ne amul njëgi paad bi. Babies jël leen na ma bi luy nama bi?
290-4223.
290-4223.
On Wave.
Babies, start sole waay. And babies, advertisement bi fan laa ko jëlee si B to the wall moo tax maa waxee nii. Babies, call up.
Okay, it's enough. Anyways, I just want to say thank you so much to Fatoumata for joining us on this episode. We really, really, really appreciate. Y'all better donate. Come through the screen.
Guys, please donate to Fateemah's
Donate
pad drive.
so that we can reduce period poverty. And of course, I have my lovely co-host with me, Lika.
So I'm not going to do a closing.
We can go home. We're about to do a
If you donate
closing now.
one pad, you're helping to keep our girls in school, you know.
And shout out again to our sponsor for this episode, Chop Wreck Wheels. We appreciate you.
Babies.
And thank you so much.
Say babies one more
I'm
time.
about to snatch this microphone from you.
One more time.
Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Hot in the City. We love you. Mwah.
Merci beaucoup.